Good evening and welcome to the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week. I'm Jonathan Kraus. I'll be joined shortly by Zach Morris. And tonight we're in Hortonville, where the Polar Bears will be taking on the Red Raiders of Pulaski. Both teams coming into week two off of some rough week ones. For Pulaski, they lost to Oconomowoc 42-7. Meanwhile, Hortonville dropped a non-conference decision against West De Pere 45-0 last week. If you've never seen Pulaski play, it's going to be a bit of a different experience for you. They run the single wing offense. They throw back to the 1940s. They don't have a typical or traditional quarterback. They have two fullbacks who line up in the backfield. There'll be directional snapping. There's going to be inside reverses. There's going to be end arounds. It'll be fun to watch. As for Hortonville, they're going to come out. They're going to try to pound the ball as well. Very physical team behind their head coach, Nick Reichert. We are going to take a quick 1-minute break. When we come back, we're going to hear from Pulaski's head coach and preview tonight's game here on the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
For the second consecutive year, Orthopedic Sports Institute of the Fox Valley has been selected as winner of the prestigious Best of the Valley Award in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank our patients and our communities of the Fox Valley for your trust and support. Your stories inspire our ongoing commitment to patient-centered care and orthopedic excellence. Experience the difference of OSI today. Call 920-560-1000 to schedule and discover why we're the best in the Valley.
Dusty boots from a hard day's work, a sense of progress and pride. A hard hat adorned with a collection of successful projects and dreams brought to life. These are trademarks of a construction worker, their unique signature. At Myron Construction, the men and women who build our projects from the ground up balance artistry and skill with safe, quality construction. Their legacy reaches far beyond the physical structures they build, setting the stage for our clients to do what they do best. Together, we're building excellence.
Welcome back to the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week. I'm joined now by Pulaski head coach Jared Marsh. And Coach, this is the first time we're going to see you on the video stream here since you've taken over the Pulaski program. And you run a little bit of something unique in terms of offense. It's based a lot on single wing. Why the decision to go to that offense here at the high school level?
When we started, 10, 12 years ago, the inconsistency at quarterback play really hampered what we could do. So we did a little research. I called Coach Hofer up in Menominee, Michigan, who was a national legend up there, because everybody you talk to is, when you say what's the hardest offense you see, and a lot of times his name would come up. So we called him up, and he came down, and we got to know him quite well. And as we built our program over the years, it's really become a staple for it and really fit our kid and our community.
My first radio gig was in Marin at Menominee, so I did Menominee football games, and I'm quite familiar with single wing, so I'm looking forward to this tonight, getting back into that. Let's talk about last week's game. Things got kind of got away from you pretty early in that one. What kind of went off the rails there? What do you need to improve on the most here going into week two?
It was just a group of guys a lot of them getting their first Friday night, and you see an opponent. Oconomowoc had 30 seniors coming in. They have a couple Division I recruits, some Power 5 kids, and any mistake you made, they were able to capitalize on it. So early and often, as our guys were getting used to the pace of play, the need to be perfect with what you do, it was a great experience for our guys. It was a great game to have. Oconomowoc was extremely classy. They did an excellent job, excellent coaches. But they whooped our tail pretty good just up and down the field and gave us a real good feel for what needs to be done.
All right, so who are some new faces that have moved up or are going to see larger roles with your team here this season?
That's still part of the process of the season. We're still working through different matchups and different personnel packages, and that piece after tonight should be pretty solidified for when we go into our conference play. So there's not a lot right now that we have that's 100%.
All right, we'll wrap things up here talking about your opponent tonight, the Hortonville Polar Bears. They come off of a tough week one as well. What do you expect out of them tonight?
Coach Reichert always has done a great job. He has an excellent coaching staff here. They have the community of Hortonville is a sports-minded community. The kids are tough, and we've been able to do some shared practices over the last couple of years with them and got to know them. And we've always appreciated what they bring, both in their physicality and their professionalism on the sidelines, the quality kid that they show. So we know we're going to see some pretty elite athletes from our area, and we hope that we can just keep step with them.
Coach Marsh, I appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Stay tuned. We will hear from Coach Reichert coming up next here on the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
A century is made up of minutes, but more importantly, of moments. Moments of hard work, dedication, challenges, and triumphs. From Myron Construction, the past 100 years were built by the steady hands of tradespeople who laid a strong foundation, and continues to thrive because of our passionate team members. As we close this significant chapter of our history, our sights are set on what we will accomplish together in the years to come, because together we'll continue building excellence.
For the second consecutive year, Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley has been selected as winner of the prestigious Best of the Valley Award in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank our patients and our communities of the Fox Valley for your trust and support. Your stories inspire our ongoing commitment to patient-centered care and orthopedic excellence. Experience the difference of OSI today. Call 920-560-1000 to schedule and discover why we're the best in the Valley.
And now we're joined by Hortonville head coach Nick Reichert. And Coach, tough start there last week. West Pier hung one on you. What kind of went off the rails there in last week's game?
I just didn't prepare them properly for that football game, and they did a great job coaching, and they were ready to go better than we were. So I'll take the blame. It's all on me, and we're going to be better going forward.
I was actually at the park across the street playing pickleball that evening, and I heard a lot of cheering. I'm like, oh, not going well for Hortonville. So coaches always say they see the biggest improvement in their teams between week 1 and week 2. What areas of improvement do you expect to see tonight?
Just being more consistent. That's really number one. We just got to, really dial into being disciplined. When you play a good football team like Pulaski, like West Pier, mistakes they're gonna bite you. So that's number one. And then number two, you just got to be more physical. It's something that I really want to hang our hat on as long as I'm here. And they were more physical than us last week. So hats off to them. They're a well-coached team, and we got another good test this week.
This is the first week we're going to have you on the video stream, so give us some idea of some of the newer guys who are going to be stepping into bigger roles this year for the Polar Bears.
On offense, you got Brock Walter, Tristan Behrens. Both of those guys are going to share the load running the football. At wide receiver, you've got Levi Hebe and Colin Jung. Really have stepped up, and I'm excited for their last season. And then defensively, you've got two returning seniors up front, Reggie Klain and Matthew Spielman. Both are just phenomenal players, phenomenal effort across the board. And then in the back end, I'm excited for a few safeties, Levi Strange, Jack Tenney, and Harley Jawadis. All three of those guys are just awesome guys and fun to coach.
You mentioned tonight you have a challenge in Pulaski. They're a bit of a difficult team to prepare for because they run something of a single wing in terms of offense, a throwback to the 1940s. So I guess first off, how do you scout team that in practice during the week?
You just really got to dial into your keys. That's number one. And you got to get a scout team to try to prep an offense that's foreign almost. So it's not the easiest, but it still comes back to how bad do you really want to hit and how bad do you want to play. And no matter who you've got or what they run, I'm a big time physicality and effort, and you control all of those factors. So I'm excited what we got tonight, and it's always a challenge, but it's fun.
Coach Reichert, I appreciate the time. Best of luck to this evening.
Appreciate it.
All right, stay tuned. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening kickoff here on the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
Myron Construction has the unique opportunity to build the landscape of our communities. We play a role in shaping the region as well as communities across the country. Our work supports a range of organizations and industries, ones that ensure health and well-being, secure resources for struggling populations, teach our children, enrich local economies, provide spaces for recreation and entertainment, and strengthen our neighborhoods. We create thriving, welcoming places for people to work, play, and engage. Together, we're building excellence.
For the second consecutive year, Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley has been selected as winner of the prestigious Best of the Valley Award in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank our patients and our communities of the Fox Valley for your trust and support. Your stories inspire our ongoing commitment to patient-centered care and orthopedic excellence. Experience the difference of OSI today. Call 920-560-1000 to schedule and discover why we're the best in the Valley.
Good evening and welcome to the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week. Jonathan Kraus and Zach Morris with you here tonight at Aiken Field in Hortonville, where the Polar Bears will be taking on the Red Raiders of Pulaski. Got a couple of minutes here before the kickoff, and now it's time for the national anthem.
And those who defend our freedom with the performance of the national anthem by Ivy Cross of Hortonville High School.
Tonight's national anthem, and now we are just about set for kickoff here in Hortonville. For the Polar Bears, they come into tonight's contest with an 0-1 record. As was mentioned in the pregame show, they lost to West De Pere last week, 45-0. Pulaski also 0-1. They lost 42-7 to Oconomowoc. Taking a look at some starters here real quick. For Pulaski, they'll be starting at quarterback Ethan Schmidt. He was 1 of 10 last week, passing for 14 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. At running back, again, they run a single wing offense, so you won't see a whole lot of passing. You'll see a lot of wing back action here. Bowden Schmidt had 58 yards on 5 carries last week. Anthony Fakari had 11 carries for 37 yards, and Ethan Schmidt himself had 7 carries for 26 yards. The only receiver that caught a pass for the Red Raiders last week was Trevor Schussler. He had 14-yard reception. As for Hortonville tonight, they're going to be starting A.J. Pfeiffer. Broden Butson, their senior quarterback, knocked out with an injury, so he is going to be the starter for the time being. A sophomore, 5'9", 180. Let's bring in Zach Morris. And you usually start your season thinking, okay, we have a senior QB. All of a sudden now week 2, you're starting a sophomore. May have to change the playbook a little bit.
Yeah, that's usually how that works because, it takes one change or two, depending how young you want to be. You can really get pretty wild when it comes to the playbook, try different plays throughout each week, and that's the fun part too. You never know what can work week to week, and this offense will completely different compared to how it looked in week 1, week 2, when we finally get to week 8 and 9.
Running backs will be Tristan Behrens, 5 carries for 15 yards last week. Receivers, Levi Hebby had a big week. He had 5 catches for 98 yards. Colin Zhang, 1 catch for 18, and Connor Christensen had 1 reception for 15 yards. So they'll be seeing the ball quite a bit. As Hortonville will be receiving first, Pulaski won the toss and has elected to defer to the second half. Our game tonight brought to you by OSI Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley and Myron Construction. Hortonville in their home reds, white pants. By the way, we had a handful of games last night as well around the area. And Zach Morris, we won't get into the final score of Neenah Menasha, 50-13. Not sure what happened to your Blue Jays there.
A lot of fireworks by the Neenah Rockets, and when I say fireworks, their fireworks show was going on for quite a while. You can hear that throughout Menasha.
So Pulaski will come out of a huddle formation here on the kickoff. Hortonville playing for the potential onside, and now the place kicker will take the standard walk back.
Yeah, it's not like the NFL where you have to let them know, hey, by the way, we're kicking the onside kick.
Miles Whipple is the kicker. Back deep to receive for Hortonville. Colin Zhang to the near side, and then shading his eyes, that's Blake Idol on the far side. The kick goes his direction and into the end zone for a touchback. So Hortonville will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Perfect weather for high school football tonight. The humidity has broken. Temperatures have dropped back down into the lower 70s here at kickoff. Probably going to see lower 60s by the time this one wraps up.
Yeah, definitely. It was good weather last week, so week 1 and week 2 looking really good. We've had years where both weeks have been a problem.
Thunderstorms.
Yeah, it's usually rain is the issue with that, but so far, even the mosquitoes haven't been that bad, at least in week 1 and week 2. At least the places where we've been, last week being a few places, but never know. I can change from region to region.
Zach actually brought along mosquito spray for tonight's game.
Because last year was a little bad.
Yep. So Hortonville will come out in a pistol with 2 backs flanking, Pfeiffer in the backfield, and he'll hand off to the fullback off the right-hand side. That is Brock Walter, who plows forward for about a 2-yard gain. No, actually a 2-yard loss there as they got him in the backfield, and they're going to mark him back at the 19, so a loss of 1 on first down. Hey, Coach Weichert had said that he was going to attempt to be a bit more physical with the team this week. Now they start in a bunch formation, but come in motion, and a flag will fly. Somebody along the O-line jump.
Well, here's the reason. When every receiver and your running backs are moving around, one of them probably thought, are we calling the hike now? I wasn't paying attention. That's the trickiness of these offenses where you have a lot of motion. You can trick your own linemen and they're moving a little bit too quickly, or it's a false start from your receivers.
All right, so that'll make it 2nd and 16 now for Hortonville. Rolling to his right, Pfeiffer is just going to keep it himself. Finds room, and now he's in the clear. One man to beat in pursuit, and Pfeiffer's dragged down at about the 43-yard line of Pulaski. So big play here early as Hortonville was backed up following a loss of yardage and the penalty. Now they come out in this 4-man bunch formation to the near side again. Not going to put anyone into motion. Screen pass, caught near side, taken there by Colin Zhang. He's got room down the sideline and out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. So Hortonville are picking it up here on their last 2 offensive plays.
Yeah, using the home crowd, all the energy, and it's all about having that momentum in your first drive where you can set the tone for the game if you can just get a couple plays that work your way.
And we're going to get a hold, though. It'll bring back a little bit of yardage here. One of the receivers on the outside grabbed the defender to open up the rushing attack. And just like that, it becomes 1st and about 11 now. So a 1-yard holding penalty. This time they'll go bunch receivers to the top. Shift everybody over. And the pitch comes to the near side, and that is Walter again across the 40 and escorted out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Coming up in support on the tackle there was Bryce Witruba, a 6-foot senior defensive back for Pulaski. And now we're going to get a timeout called by Pulaski. So looks like Coach Marsh wants to talk about a little something with his team, so we will take one as well. Back 30 seconds here on the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
For the 2nd consecutive year, Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley has been selected as winner of the prestigious Best of the Valley Award in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank our patients and our communities of the Fox Valley for your trust and support. Your stories inspire our ongoing commitment to patient-centered care and orthopedic excellence. Experience the difference of OSI today. Call 920-560-1000 to schedule and discover why we're the best in the Valley.
Welcome back to Aiken Field. Jonathan Krause, Zach Morris with you here on the video stream game of the week, brought to you by Orthopedic Sports Medicine. And we'll bring the action back here with the second down and about 6 here for the Polar Bears at the Pulaski 38-yard line. Pfeiffer will send a man in motion to the top of the formation. Plenty of time. Now he's under pressure and is dropped. Getting in for the sack is Gavin Heinz, a 6'1 senior linebacker. And just like that, that offensive momentum that Hortonville had put together with 2 big plays stifled, and they're looking at third down and long.
Yeah, and the crowd of Pulaski really enjoyed that one, because that is a sack that really screws up this drive now, because that big loss, well, we'll see if they get a big gain, but it's different when you have a pass rush now by Pulaski.
Coverage sack there, the way it looked. Looks like the receiver to the near side had lined up in the neutral zone. He's able to back up. That's Levi Hebby. Pfeiffer, long count. Rolls near side, pass through the slot, incomplete. Intended for Colin Zhang, and Hortonville will be forced to punt.
Nice pass. It looked like it was between 2 defenders, a chance to come up with it, but just a tough break for the Polar Bears, and now for the Red Raiders to be able to find themselves in a position where you're thinking Hortonville is going to score on this drive. The way they looked in 2 plays, this was going to be a pretty much easy drive for them, but the holding call and then the big sack.
Back deep to receive for Pulaski. Looks like Keaton Vanden Langenberg near side, and then will be taken on the run there by Joey Mayall, who's dropped at the 20-yard line. So average starting field position for the Red Raiders on their first possession of the night. And again, their quarterback is Ethan Schmidt. Technically, their quarterback is Ethan Schmidt. Again, they run single wing. So if you are a little bit confused, you're going to have a 2 fullback lineup in the backfield. 2 wings are going to line up to one side of the offensive line formation. So flanking him in the backfield is Sawyer Goodness. Then they send the 2 wings to the near side. You'll see a lot of directional snapping in this game as well. Pitch goes back and trying to turn the corner on the outside is Goodness. He's going to be brought down after about a 2-yard gain. Make it second down, about 7. Looks like they gave him 3 on the carry. So one thing that they also do differently is they will come out in some different looks. Menominee used to run just straight string single wing there under Ken Hofer. Now you see an formation here, we have more of a spread look. Play a fake, or actually they do give the handoff. Plowing forward for a quick gain is James Webster. Webster's first carry on the year.
Well, these types of offense that rely so much on the running game, you need to get 3 to 4 yards every play, because that's what you need to drive. You can go on 4th down in this offense, as long as you keep getting 3-4. But the second you get no gain, and especially after a loss, this is where you're behind the chains, and it's hard to come back from that.
Standard spread look here. 3 receivers right, 1 to the top, 1 back in the backfield. Schmidt straight drop, throws far side, pass is caught. Joey Mayall with room across the 35, and that'll be enough for a Pulaski first down. Got some whistles here as guys got tangled up along the sideline. So give him credit for a 10-yard pickup on the play.
It also reminds the Polar Bears that you could be lulled to sleep in this offense where you expect run, run, run. That's where those passes become dangerous.
Reminder that Ethan Schmidt was 1 of 10 last week against Oconomowoc in the season opener. Now they come out with bunch tripped formation this side. And they get movement. Good hard count. Hortonville is going to say that one of the linemen moved. And the indication is that he did not. So an easy 5. Second penalty called on the Polar Bears. Remember, they had a long run down the near sideline taken away with a holding penalty by one of the receivers on their opening drive. So make it 1st and 5 now from the Red Raiders' own 41-yard line. Trips right again. This time the snap is to the fullback. He'll try to turn the corner, gets wrapped up and is brought down as Webster was unable to get any forward momentum. Oh, check that. That was 47, and that's Anthony Picari. So a loss of about 2 on the play. He'll get 3rd down and 7.
And that's how a defensive unit can get, feel better after the being offsides, being able to get a loss of gain on that. So it works out pretty well for the Polar Bears. The question is, can they hold them on the next play to make a difficult 3rd down?
Running against an option set like this, it's discipline. You got to stay in your lanes and keep your assignment. Standard set this time. Handoff again, wrapped up in the backfield. Fikari nowhere to go, as in immediately to make the stop was Reggie Klain, a 6'1", 270-pound senior defensive lineman. Just like that, now it's 3rd and 11 for the Red Raiders.
And let's forget that it was 1st and 5
on
this set of downs. Now the surprise of a pass is gone for the Red Raiders. Now the Polar Bears do know they can pass out of this formation.
Send a man in motion. Pass far side is caught with space down the sideline. Lots of room for Trevor Schessler, and he's escorted out of bounds at about the Hortonville 42-yard line. That'll be enough for a Pulaski 1st down.
It's a great route. He had a blocker that was in the way of the 2 defenders. It was 2-on-1, but able to use his speed to the outside. And once he got the 1st down, he's like, I can keep on going.
Schissler was the man who came in motion on the play, just kept right on running that little drag route. So pick up a 16 on the play. Schmidt tonight 2 of 2 for 26 yards. Now they send a man in motion across the formation, and they'll spin around and hand it off to the motion man. He gets dumped. Going nowhere was Schissler again. That'll be a loss of about 4. So it's the standard option stuff that Pulaski runs that Hortonville's done a great job against. It's been the other stuff that they have been tricked on.
Well, as you mentioned, the passing game wasn't much of a factor last week for Pulaski, and that's why when you're looking at game film, it's hard to judge how much to expect from this passing attack. So far, 2 for 2.
This has been a lot less single wing than I expected out of Pulaski. Near side, pass off to the hands of the intended receiver, and again, that was Schusler. Might have hit him right in the face mask. First incomplete pass on the night for Schmidt. So it brings up 3rd down and 13 now for the Red Raiders at the 45-yard line. I would imagine that Coach Marsh will want at least 8 or 9 yards here before he'd consider going for it.
Definitely, but they were in this similar situation. We had a 3rd and 11 they were able to complete.
Diamond formation on the receivers. Ball off the hands of the quarterback, and he recovers at the 50 as Schmidt. I don't know if he wasn't ready for the pass, or for the snap, I should say, but Pulaski's drive stalls inside Hortonville territory, and then a player, let's see, that was Reggie Klain, lost his helmet, so he must come out of the game by rule.
We got Hank chiming in on our YouTube chat and saying, go Hortonville and rep your new conference, as we're back to the old FVA, except Appleton
sort of.
West wasn't invited to the party.
So a very short formation here for the punt. They're going to fake it. Throw the near side. Schusler has to break a tackle, and he can't. And that'll be well short of the 1st down by at least 5 yards, so the ball will go over on downs. So Pulaski showed a little sugar formation there on the punt, and then decided to go with the fake. So putting a little something on tape for conference play.
Well, good execution. It looked like it had something they could work with, but just had to get around that one tackler.
So pickup of 11 on the play is not enough. Schusler, by the way, with all of the receptions so far for Pulaski. So here come the Polar Bears again. Still scoreless. 5.5 to go in, I'm going to curse it, a fast-moving first quarter. Pfeiffer will send a man in motion and then pitch it to him. As trying to come around the corner is Hebby. Gets cut off and brought down after about a 1-yard gain. Nice job on the left corner by Paul Grasset. Maintained his corner and was able to make the tackle.
Yeah, that was just great discipline because you need to maintain the outside because you never know where that ball carrier will be. Go across the field. Long as you're there, you'll get the stop into a minimal gain.
Gain of 2 on the play. First carry on the season for Hebby. Second down 8 now for the Polar Bears. Pfeiffer will keep it himself, dances through the hole and gets out to about the 44-yard line. So a nice job of being patient on that play. Able to gain 4 and will bring up a third down now and 4.
Third down, 4 yards to go on the Polar Bears 44-yard line.
They'll break out of their receiver formation again. Completely flip sides here. A lot of guys on the short side of the field. Pfeiffer straight drop, has time. Throws the out route and too high for the intended receiver. Unable to climb the ladder and pull that one down. That was Zhang. And it'll bring up a 4th down, and it looks like the Polar Bears will choose to punt.
Yeah, good field position, just unable to get one big play like they had in their previous drive.
On the coverage.
But now this is a situation where you can look at, if you're Hortonville, all right, maybe we want to try to do a fake now.
I don't know about in your own end of the field. A little bit different there.
When you're gifted with a decision like that, it lets you be a little reckless.
Abram Daniels handles the punting duties. Fakes the snap, and they are going with a fake. And that's not going to get it, as running hard but not picking up enough yardage was Reggie Klein. And how about that?
I mean, it's not an outrageous idea because the fact that you were gifted the ball with the fake punt, well, let's see if we can get that. And again, both attempts look like they had a chance. One push or one broken tackle, and you're getting that first down, extending this drive.
It's easy to say, it's a non-conference game, but remember in high school football, you got to end up with an overall winning record. Oh, no, I take that back. You just have to be 500 in your conference.
Well, I wouldn't say that they're like, you look at these non-conference games and you want to throw them away. It's more of, do you trust going on 4th down or in these fakes? Because at some point in the season, you're going to have to make that decision. Do we attempt this? If we're good at it, well, why not? Of course, when you practice against yourself and practice with this, it always works out.
So here comes Pulaski again in the 2-receiver set this time. Under a ton of pressure, and we're going to get a hold downfield. Pass was intended for Landon Van Fraken, but he was being held on the corner there. I believe that was Jack Tenney, a defensive back, with the hold. Was the indication holding or pass interference?
Looked like pass interference.
That'll be a 15-yard penalty here in the high school game then. It's a big difference. Actually, holding would have just been 10. It would have been a first down either way, but now pushes the ball down to the Polar Bear 31-yard line. A traditional single wing look here. Now they pass. Schussler, another nice catch across the 30 for a short gain.
Well, I feel confident that the Red Raiders will go on 4th down now, remainder of this drive.
Now, if they do go, they're going to throw it to Trevor Schussler because he's the only offensive option right now.
That might be a lie. They were kicking field goals during pregame around the 13-yard line, so I know that fact that would be field goal range.
Pulaski did kick an extra point last week. 2 receivers set here in the single wing. And going nowhere is Schmidt, dumped to the backfield. Again, good penetration coming off the corner. We'll give credit on the tackle there. Mason Franzen, one of the defensive linemen, getting in. And just like that, now it's back to a 3rd down and 16.
Yeah, lost to 6 yards. That didn't work out in their favor.
Ethan Schmidt now technically 2 carries for minus 10 yards on the afternoon, or the evening. A little confusion here on what the formation should be for the Red Raiders. Now they're setting a 2-receiver look. Schmidt will roll near side. He's got a man along the near sideline, and with the bobbling catch inside the 5-yard line. The play is made by Landon Van Fraken, and he is going to be down at the 2-yard line. So a pickup of 34 on the play. Nice pass by Schmidt, right on the mark.
Pretty quick on the tackle.
I'm beginning to wonder how Ethan Schmidt only completed 1 out of 10 passes last week.
Yeah, looking at the replay, I mean, that looked like an excellent pass and a perfect route where it looks like that connection looks like it's been pretty good already. Looking at midseason form on that particular play.
First and goal, they go triple wing on the near side. And the direct snap goes to Brock Weideman, and he gets wrapped up and dropped for about a 5-yard loss.
Not sure if there was something wrong with the snap or just trying to wait to see what his linemen were going to position themselves, but it seemed just to hang around a little bit too long and then just ask for a defender to take him down. A great job by Hortonville.
Immediate penetration off the middle of the line there.
That makes it difficult. You need to go somewhere with the ball, but he really wasn't sure which lane he wanted to run.
So Weideman, who usually lines up as the wing here, become 2 receivers to the near side. And now we're going to get a timeout called by Pulaski. So may as well take one as well. As you can see, no score. We'll be back in just a moment here on the OSI Stream Game of the Week.
At Myron Construction, relationships are at the core of everything we do. While our roots run deep in the Midwest, our reach has expanded nationally as we follow our clients across the country to bring their projects to life. In an ever-evolving industry that leans heavily on resourcefulness and hard work, our project teams take great pride in not only delivering successful projects, but in building lasting relationships with our clients and partners. Together, we are building excellence.
Jonathan Krause, Zach Morris back with you here on the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
And let us know where you're listening, or I should say, and watching our YouTube stream chat, as Hank already chimed in, rooting for the Polar Bears.
So this time, Pulaski will go with a 2-receiver set, wing to the near side. Officials now set to go. And comes in motion. Schmidt looks his way. He's wide open. Bobbles, but takes it in for the touchdown. And that is Trevor Schussler again. And Pulaski jumps out on top early here this evening, 6-0. So that was the same play they ran before. They brought Schussler in motion across the formation, and he just did a little out route, drag route, and Schmidt was able to find him for his first touchdown pass of the season from 7 yards out. For Schussler, his 5th catch on the night already. Extra point is on the way, and it is good. So make it 7-0 now, Pulaski. We'll take another 30-second break. You are watching the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
For the 2nd consecutive year, Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley has been selected as winner of the prestigious Best of the Valley Award in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank our patients and our communities of the Fox Valley for your trust and support. Your stories inspire our ongoing commitment to patient-centered care and orthopedic excellence. Experience the difference of OSI today. Call 920-560-1000 to schedule and discover why we're the best in the Valley.
And welcome back to Aiken Field. Just under a minute to go, and Pulaski is first on the board here tonight. Trevor Schussler scoring on a 7-yard touchdown pass from Ethan Schmidt. Extra point making it 7-0. So let's see how the Polar Bears respond. Again, they did not score last week in a 45-0 loss to West De Pere. Pulaski again with that bunch formation on the kickoff, and then they break. Kickoff duties handled by Miles Whipple, a 5'8 junior. Back deep to receive. You have Hebby on the far side and Zhang to the near side. And it'll go Hebby's direction. He'll take it on the run at about the 7-yard line. Cuts back near side, needs to outrun some dudes, and he doesn't.
Great special teams play.
Open field tackle there by Mason Taylor, a junior linebacker on special teams. So Hortonville will start deep in their own territory here at about the 12-yard line.
A player like that would be excellent in college to make any special teams look better. Not so much in the NFL because we're not really sure what to expect yet, but we'll worry about that next week. But so far, this is a great start for Pulaski, being able to get their offense. You're seeing life on the passing and running game. And so far, the defense has been holding up.
So will come A.J. Pfeiffer, yet to complete a pass here this evening. Play fake. Keep it himself again. And forces his way out to about the 17-yard line. So a good 5-yard pickup on first down. Pfeiffer now 3 carries for 47 yards.
Yeah, I think the frustrating part right now for the Polar Bears is the fact that you know the big plays are there. It's just how can you have them pop up again after that first drive?
Now they'll bring their bunch 4-man receiver rotation to the other side. Flank Pfeiffer in the backfield. And he will hand it off, trying to pick his way and choose a little lane there is Brock Walter, and he'll force his way out to about the 22-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
Taken down by number 7, Bryce Watruba.
Yep, and Watruba credited with the tackle. Gain of 5 on the play will move the sticks, and that will also bring an end to the first quarter of play. At the end of 1, Pulaski 7, Hortonville nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
At Myron Construction, relationships are at the core of everything we do. While our roots run deep in the Midwest, our reach has expanded nationally as we follow our clients across the country to bring their projects to life. In an ever-evolving industry that leans heavily on resourcefulness and hard work, our project teams take great pride in not only delivering successful projects, but in building lasting relationships with our clients and partners. Together, we are building excellence.
And we are back, getting ready for second quarter action. As was mentioned, we did have some games last night. That includes, let's see here, Kimberly somehow handing it to Bayport, 35-14. Appleton West was a 27-13 winner over Sheboygan South. Brilliant topped Southern Door, 28-12. Appleton East improved to 2-0 on the year. They were 6-0 winners last night. Speaking of different offenses, Appleton East runs triple option. We had a matchup on radio a couple years ago of Pulaski and Appleton East. I expected the game would take about 45 minutes to play, 48 minutes, because we've got 12-minute quarters. Unfortunately, there was a lot of turnovers in that game, really slowed things down. So the Polar Bears have 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line as we begin the second quarter of play. Handoff coming near side, nowhere to go, though. As brought down after a loss is Tristan Behrens. His first carry on the night goes for -2 yards. It'll make a second down and 12. Hortonville coming out with that 4 receiver, far side formation. Then they bring everyone back. Pfeiffer awaits the snap. Coming near side, going up and pulling that one down for the catch is Abram Daniels, a 6'2", 170 junior. His first catch on the night. First completion for Pfeiffer as well.
Yeah, a nice 6-yard gain where it's about having confidence in this passing attack. And once you get one pass and 2 passes, and then all of a sudden you get a little momentum, once you get the first pass for a first down is where you start to settle in as a quarterback.
So 3rd down and 6 for the Polar Bears. Pfeiffer, time, across the middle, and another nice catch on in stride across the 35 and out to about the 40-yard line goes Blake Idol. It's interesting. A lot of guys here for Hortonville tonight getting first touches, first catches. So that's pick up of about 9 on the play. And Pfeiffer's completed now his last 2. Pump fakes. Now he's in trouble. Able to get clear along the near sideline. Drags the guy out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. Close to the first down. I think they mark him a little bit short. He needed to get right to the line. Nope, they're going to say it's enough for the first down.
Yeah, went through his reads, did not see anything, and was able to find a little alleyway and being able to make something out of nothing. And that's where the confidence, I think, started to grow after that first down conversion.
A.J. Pfeiffer's legs have been the main weapon tonight for the Polar Bears. He's got 4 carries for 57 yards. So they're going to keep, nope, they're going to bring the receivers across again. And a total change of sides. Fan down in front of us here. Pfeiffer, time, near side. Receiver turns around and makes the catch, going out of bounds. And that is Connor Christensen.
Now you're seeing players on the offensive line, the sideline, the receivers switching in and out. There's more confidence now starting to brew with the Polar Bears offense.
Gain of 12 on the play. First catch on the night for Christensen. Another set of downs here for the Polar Bears. This time they'll go trips left. Single receiver right. Pfeiffer, quarterback draw right off the snap, plows his way forward, lowering the head there and picking up an extra yard or 2. Tackle play made on the play by a player not on your roster, 50 for Pulaski. We always get a lot of those early in the season and late in the season.
Oh, definitely. Player unnamed always pops up every year, every game.
Pulaski running in a defender here off the sidelines right before the snap as he only had 2 men on the defensive line. Handoff, plowing ahead. Walter, and he's got room inside the 25 and down to about the 22-yard line. Pickup of 11 on the play, his longest run tonight. So another good-looking Hortonville drive here. They had one deep into Pulaski territory, which stalled on a penalty, and then they did not get enough yardage on a fake punt. Pfeiffer again is going to choose to run, dancing around, doing a nice job, staying away from everybody, getting across the 15 down to the 13. Looks like they're going to mark him a little bit short, back at the 14-yard line.
Well,
ball came loose late.
Yeah, ruling a fumble.
And they do indicate that it is Pulaski's ball. So while being twisted to the ground, apparently it popped out. So again, Hortonville, their own worst enemy, with a turnover this time. And that sets Pulaski up first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Now the difference is for the Polar Bears leaving on this set of downs, or this drive. Now you have confidence. You know the offense is working. Just continue to believe in the system, and you'll be able to get points on the board. Yeah, it's a bummer to have a fumble, but, hey, great job by Pulaski to stop the drive, and we'll see how their offense continues to move after they had a nice drive of the previous possession.
You'd be a very forgiving coach there, Zach. I'm pretty sure that the kids on the sideline are being told to hang on to the football right now.
That's week 2.
In no uncertain terms.
Fumbles pop up. It's a nice day. Can't be mad.
Receivers to the near side. Direct snap goes to the fullback this time, and trying to turn the corner is Anthony Picari, but he's going to get dropped.
Jonathan, when you have a nice guy, when you have a nice guy like that, it's hard to be mad on a day like this. Granted, if there's 2 or 3 more fumbles, then there's concerns.
So no gain for Picari, his second carry on the night. And it'll bring up a second down and 10 now for the Red Raiders.
Now, the difference is for the Red Raiders on this possession is the fact that the previous drive was already set up in Polar Bear territory. This is a little bit harder for this offense.
Traditional single wing look here as they send a man in motion. Lofting one near sideline over everybody, incomplete. Pass was intended for Joey Mayall. And defending on the play downfield was Levi Strange, a 5'9", 190-pound senior. So now it's 3rd down and 10. Just the second incompletion on 8 attempts here for Schmidt tonight. Has 1 touchdown pass so far tonight. Red Raiders taking their time getting out of the huddle here. They'll come out with a 2-receiver set, 1 wing to the near side or far side. Schmidt a roll, under pressure, in trouble. Pass dumped down underneath. Nice catch by one of the tight ends, as that's Kalen Block, a 6'3", 205-pound junior, but well short of the first down. Gain of about 4 on the play. And Pulaski will send out the punt team, I assume.
Yeah, you're punting this set of downs.
Zach, fake punt. Morris says you're going to punt. You're punting.
If I had the projections here, I'm saying they're probably going to punt 90% of the time in this situation.
Almost looks like they're going to run the play clock down here and take a timeout. We have the indication from the back judge that the clock has moved under 10 seconds. Again, the short formation here. And Schmidt, the quarterback, they're just going to, well, they're going to take a motion penalty here first.
This was the old where Aaron Rodgers was in town on 4th down. Hey, they're going to go. Oh, no, they're not. Trying to draw him off sides.
But usually he would rush up to the line of scrimmage and then put the hard count on.
Yeah, usually you need more than 7 seconds.
Yeah. So make it 4th and 11 now for the Red Raiders.
4th down, 11 yards to go on the 13-yard line.
And they're going to stay with that formation. Nope, now Schmidt's going to back up a little bit. Still very close for a punter. Gets it away, and that's not a good one. Wobbler, far sideline. Everyone tries to get away, and it goes out of bounds at the 36-yard line. So not sure what Pulaski's punting special teams situation is, but they did not flip the field there at all, and Hortonville will start 1st and 10 inside Pulaski territory, down by 7.
You're almost better off going on 4th down in that position when it was 4th and 6. When the punt only goes about 10, 15 yards.
So let's see if Hortonville can take advantage here of the short field. Defense celebrating itself on the sideline here for the Polar Bears. They've pretty much done their job here tonight against a tough-to-prepare-for offense. Pfeiffer will hand it off, trying to come near side as Walter again breaks 1 tackle and then gets tripped up after about a 3-yard gain. Sticking his nose in there for the tackle was Mason Taylor coming up from his safety position. Gain of about 3 on the play for Walter. Make it 2nd down and 7. Everybody looking to the sideline to see what the play is. Still looking. Relaying it to the outside 4 guys here. And now they'll break their formation. One guy who hasn't had a touch yet tonight is Tristan Behrens. We'll see if he gets one. There you go. They're going to run him near side, and that's going nowhere. Apparently, Pulaski's defense thought the same thing that I did.
Yep, just waiting for the first time that he'll get the carry, and the whole team must have found out that play.
Well, I stand corrected. That is his 2nd carry on the night. He's got -6 yards now. So both times he's touched it, he's been dropped for a loss. 3rd down and 11 now for the Polar Bears.
3rd down, 11 yards to go on the Polar Bears. 37-yard line.
The way this game's been going, Zach, this is 4-down territory. They're going to go for it. This motion basically setting up what kind of defense is Pulaski in here. Obviously a zone D. They're going to do a corner blitz coming off the edge. Gets picked up, and now pressure comes up the middle. The face mask grab, and Hortonville, now with Pfeiffer dancing around across the 30 and down to the 29-yard line, is going to pick up a cheap first down. And that will be tacked on to the end of the play. So credit Pfeiffer with a pickup of 12 on the run. He's up to 83 yards rushing here in the first half.
See, I mean, a great run. Like, he still had to keep running to make sure he got close to a first down in case the penalty got picked up, could be on offense. But, hey, those extra yards will help now added with the penalty from the face mask.
I think he was pretty sure that the penalty had been committed against him. Since
well,
the head got turned around.
We also know you can have your face mask grabbed and pulled, but it doesn't always get called.
So the deepest penetration now for the Polar Bears tonight into Pulaski territory is allowed at 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Looking to even things up here before halftime. Switch sides on the receiver set again. Pfeiffer, play fake, goes far side. Catch is made and then hog wrestled out of bounds after a short gain. Colin Zhang with his first reception on the night. Good for about 2 yards. Bring up a second down and 8.
Second down, 9 yards to go. From the Polar Bears, 13-yard line.
So come out with a little different look here in their quad set, right? Settle on a 2-receiver set to the left. Play fake. Pfeiffer dancing around again. He's free. Now he's got a man coming free in the own zone for the touchdown. Pass complete to Blake Idol, who had lined up on the tight end position. And he goes in for the touchdown from 14 yards out. So his first touchdown pass of the season, his second catch on the night. And the Polar Bears now an extra point away from tying this one up. Tristan Behrens will attempt the extra point. No, check that. We're in a 2-point conversion formation right now. So they got the old picket fence set up out there. See what they decide to do, and they're going to go for it. Little one-on-one. Pitch goes back and not even close. Not even close. So it remains 7-6. Pulaski on top. We're going to take a 30-second break. Back with more of the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
For the second consecutive year, Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley has been selected as winner of the prestigious Best of the Valley Award in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank our patients and our communities of the Fox Valley for your trust and support. Your stories inspire our ongoing commitment to patient-centered care and orthopedic excellence. Experience the difference of OSI today. Call 920-560-1000 to schedule and discover why we're the best in the Valley.
So the failed 2-point conversion attempt keeps Hortonville behind 7-6 here in Pulaski. We'll have one more chance to score before the halftime gun. And if I'm not mistaken, they get the ball to start the second half as well. So a chance to double up. Blake Idol with the 14-yard touchdown reception from A.J. Pfeiffer to get the Polar Bears on the board for the first time this season. Waiting for the quote-unquote TV timeout to end here so we can get back into action.
Well, we got to wait from National.
That's right.
One score, Freedom over Wapaka, 31-0.
Wow. Freedom making a statement here tonight. Little pop-up kick. One of the up men is going to let it bounce. That's a live ball. And who's got it? Waiting, unpiling, and it's going to be Hortonville ball. On the recovery is Harley Waiters, a senior defensive back. That is one of those situations where on special teams you have got to instruct your up guys to go and get the ball. It's a live ball on a kickoff. This is not a punt where you can just let it roll around.
And that's the issue is players, because it doesn't happen that often, so you're just assuming it's like a punt. Okay, the ball goes down the ground, that's where we get it. But that's always the confusion for some players.
Yep.
And hey, it's in the collegiate level and the professional level. That still happens.
The key to that is also kicking away from the opponent's sideline so that the coaches can't be yelling at that kid to go get it. All right, so Hortonville a chance to get right back on it here. 1st and 10 for the Pulaski 31. Pfeiffer, again, a lot of time created with his legs, and now he's going to run. Gets a block, and that's going to be an illegal block as he gets down to about the 25-yard line. So wipe that one out. Must have been a hold because Pfeiffer kind of changed direction a little bit there, and the lineman who was downfield. No, illegal block in the back.
That's the problem. When you try to cause too much razzle-dazzle back there, the blocking doesn't know how long you're going to be back there. Is the ball already passed? I can't tell.
But again, A.J. Pfeiffer here keeping plays alive with the legs. So they walk-off will push it back to the 40, or check that 37-yard line, and make it a 1st and about 16 here for the Polar Bears. And now Pfeiffer looking at the sideline here like he doesn't know what's going on.
One interesting score, second quarter, De Pere leading Green Bay Notre Dame 3-0.
That is a little interesting. I'll say Pfeiffer favoring his right ankle a little bit here right now, and now we're going to get a timeout because there was no idea what was going on for Hortonville. Why don't we keep it here this time around? Thank our sponsors for tonight, OSI, and also the folks at Myron Construction.
And a preview next week because this game's still fun, but Appleton East at Neenah.
You can update the Patriots record to 2-0, and you can update the Rockets record to 1-1.
We only put week of, but it's going to be a great game for the two teams.
Well, it's going to be definitely a test for Appleton East here. Yes, they're 2-0. They've eked out a couple of wins so far this season. Neenah will be the best team that they've faced so far this year on the road as well.
Both teams are excited because they're playing on Thursday to avoid a certain football game being played on Friday night.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I missed the fact that it is Thursday. Yeah, I'm sure every high school athletic director was super thrilled when the NFL announced that schedule.
Yeah,
just like they were all super thrilled when the Badgers announced their football schedule tonight. Do we have a score on that? Oh, they haven't started yet. Never mind. All right, so here we go. Trips left, single receiver to the near side for the Polar Bears. Pfeiffer, straight drop, has lots of time, loads up, going deep, got Walter, overthrew him, incomplete. He had broken free behind coverage. Pfeiffer let him a little bit too much. Make it second down now in 16.
He's not limping as obvious as he was earlier before the timeout. So whatever he was dealing with seems to either fighting through the pain or maybe it's just fading away.
Looking to the sideline again here for the call. This time they keep the 4 receivers. Nope, they aren't. They're going to turn it into a trips left here. And they will hand it off. Is trying to find room on the left side is Ashton Ballner, and he gets maybe a 3-yard gain, 2-yard gain down to the 35-yard line. His first carry on the night. So they'll bring up a 3rd down and 14 now for the Polar Bears. 4-down territory.
Number 5, Rob on the tackle for Pulaski.
Mr. Fake Punt here next to me. Checking out scores. Getting ready for his big 4th down.
Can't have fourth down without third down.
Still confusion here on the formation set.
It makes you wonder what they've changed since week 1 where the players are still trying to progress this offense.
Pfeiffer, lots of time, throws middle of the field, incomplete. Asking for a flag was Levi Hebe, but not going to be coming. So now it's 4th down and 14. Looks to me like the Hortonville offense is going to stay on the field.
Yeah, it's usually once you're 35 is that one marker where it's like you can punt, but then if you get a touchback, it's not really much of a gain.
Nope. They have to get to just outside the 21-yard line here for the first down. Again, lots of movement here pre-snap. Looks like a legal formation, though. It's Pfeiffer directing traffic right off the snap. Running around, steps up, trying to find some room. Now he has some. It's a race to the sticks, and I think he's going to win it, and he does. Out of bounds at the 20-yard line, then gets bumped. Falling onto the track, comes up limping again. So a pickup of 15 on the play, and that'll be enough for a first down. 98 yards rushing for A.J. Pfeiffer here in the first half.
Falling on grass is one thing. The track is a different story.
So 1st and 10 here. We'll give credit to the offensive line there for letting him to step up into pressure. But and great individual effort there by Pfeiffer.
And being smart to know where the first down marker was.
He'll work with trips right this time. And the snap goes through his hands. Picks it up and then falls down. All the way back at the 33-yard line. A loss of 13 on the play. I'm going to make the old-timers smile. AJ reminds me of Fran Tarkenton when he was in his heyday with the Vikings, just running all over the place. Never knew exactly what was going to happen on any play.
He appears to be a little winded now because first you had the fall on the track, you had the maybe his ankle injury, and then with that hit and slipping on the turf.
Well, remember, their usual starter coming into tonight's game out with an injury. Long wait. He'll fire downfield, and he's got a man wide open inside the 10. That'll be enough for a Hortonville first down. Making a catch is Levi Hebe. His first reception on the night. And that will be enough for the first down inside the 8-yard line. Gain of 25 on the play. Defender, as you saw, fell down as Hebe was making a deep break. And now we're going to get another timeout called by Pulaski.
I also believe you could also consider this as a 2-minute warning.
Yeah, we haven't added that yet.
Yet.
All right. They're adding it to college, by the way. All right, let's take a quick break then. We'll get in a word here from our friends at Myron Construction. You're watching the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
The low hum of heavy equipment, the drone of power tools, the swift movement of boots on the ground as craftspeople work safely and efficiently. These are the sounds of an active construction site, the core of our business. At Myron Construction, our teammates carry out the crucial job of bringing our clients' dreams to life. They hold in their hands the tools to make something out of nothing and build structures that will stand the test of time. Together, we are building excellence.
Not the highest scoring game here so far tonight, but there's been a lot of interesting action, let's put it that way. Jonathan Krause, Zach Morris with you tonight here on the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week. And as we come back to live action, Hortonville looking at a first down and goal from the Pulaski 8-yard line. They'll go the 2 receivers set to the outside. Pfeiffer flanked to the backfield. And he'll hand it off. Trying to come near side Walter, and he's brought down after no gain, getting back to the 8-yard line. Getting in on the immediate penetration to make the tackle is Alex Laskowski for Pulaski, a 5'11", 145-pound junior. Let's make it second down and goal now. Walter on the night, 4 carries for 19 yards. Pfeiffer takes a snap. Straight drop. Plenty of time this time. Can't find anybody, though. Now a flag flies in the defensive backfield, and Pfeiffer gets whipped to the ground, loses the football, and it's going to be picked up by Pulaski, but I think this entire play is coming back as there's flags in the end zone, and we may have had some either interference or illegal contact downfield on Pulaski. Pfeiffer's taking his helmet off here on the field, which means that if the Polar Bears maintain possession, he may have to sit out this play if the officials saw that. And the penalty is indicated against Pulaski.
I think he may have taken it off right around one of the referees.
So the side judge is coming in now to join the conversation.
Now, can you negate that by using a timeout?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Is that what the discussion can be right now?
I don't know. I don't know what we were having a discussion about. Because, again, the flag was far downfield where the receivers were trying to get open.
So right now you have a meeting, and you have the one referee over talking to the other coach.
Yep.
And they're just trying to yell across the field what's going on. The difference in the professional level and college level is that they can talk to each other through headsets and everything else.
All right, so it's holding against Pulaski, so that's an automatic first down here. And then we have, they're just going to say it's first down.
First down.
Now, the side judge did come to talk to Coach Reichert here, so it's entirely possible that they did see the helmet come off, and they're making him sit out a play. So half the distance to the goal will bring up a second down and a first down, and goal.
But I would use a timeout.
Second down. Defensive holding is an automatic first down. Okay. Well,
see, I'm really good at NFL rules. It gets a little confusing when you just keep going down each level. We won't even talk about the XFL, UFL rules, but.
All right, so second and goal now from the 5. And A.J. Pfeiffer allowed to stay on the field. Little dump pass to the receiver coming across for the touchdown. Perfectly thrown into coverage there. At first, I thought Pfeiffer was just throwing it away. But then going up to make the catch is Levi Hebe. So a 5-yard touchdown pass puts Hortonville on top now, 12-7. And they will again go for the deuce here out of the I formation. Hand it off. The big fullback plowing forward. Barons to the goal line, stop short. So they fail again on a 2-point conversion, and it remains 12-7. Hortonville on top. Tell you what, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll wrap up the first half of action. You're watching the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
For the second consecutive year, Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley has been selected as winner of the prestigious Best of the Valley Award in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank our patients and our communities of the Fox Valley for your trust and support. Your stories inspire our ongoing commitment to patient-centered care and orthopedic excellence. Experience the difference of OSI today. Call 920-560-1000 to schedule and discover why we're the best in the Valley.
Back at Aiken Field, Jonathan Krause and Zach Morris with you here on the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week. And that Hortonville touchdown, their second of the quarter and second consecutive score, set up by the Pooch kickoff that was not recovered by Pulaski.
Yeah, and it's been big plays and short drives for two of these 3 scoring drives. Focus for Pulaski was off the fake punt that didn't work out for Hortonville.
This time they'll kick off conventionally deep. And it'll be taken at about the 5-yard line. On the return is Joey Mayall, and he tries to turn the corner far side, does, 25-30, still on his feet, making men miss, still on his feet across the 40 and out near midfield. Wow, nice return. Made a whole bunch of guys miss and broke some tackles as well. So Pulaski now, again, they get the ball to start the second half. Let's see how aggressive they choose to be with prime field position at their own 47-yard line, down 5. But they don't have any timeouts left either, so 48.7 seconds left here. All right, so the Red Raiders will come out. Again, we have not seen nearly as much standard single wing from the Red Raiders here tonight as was expected. They come out in a 2-receiver set, send a man in motion to the near side. Rolling out, Schmidt finds a man, can't bring it in though. Schussler a little bit behind him and low. Wasn't able to stop and make the reception. Stops the clock with 42.7 seconds left.
And the Red Raiders know this offense will need to maintain drives in the next half because Hortonville's offense has awakened in multiple ways of just making big plays, either on the ground, in the air, and it's all through Pfeiffer. So you have to match that throughout the next possession as well. Just try to keep up with the scoring.
We don't have time of possession stats, but Pulaski's defense has been out a lot. Traditional single wing look here. As the snap comes to one of the fullbacks, and he's wrapped up, brought down for no gain as Landon Van Vraken tried to carry. So that fooled no one. A loss of 1 on the play. In on the tackle from the right end position was Brody Radcliffe, a 6'3", 215-pound junior. 3rd and 11, and now I think Pulaski will just be happy to run out the clock here in the half. As we wind down under 10 seconds left to go. Now they're going to rush to try to get one more play. See if they get it off. Sending a man in motion, and they do. They flip it to the man in motion. Breaks a couple of tackles. As fighting forward is Ryan Herbst. And he'll pick up about 7, but that is not enough. And that'll do it for the first half of play. Our score at the break, Hortonville 12, Pulaski 7. We'll take a 1-minute break, and then we'll run through a couple of quick things here and a break for halftime. You're watching the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
Dusty boots from a hard day's work, a sense of progress and pride. A hard hat adorned with a collection of successful projects and dreams brought to life. These are trademarks of a construction worker, their unique signature. At Myron Construction, the men and women who build our projects from the ground up balance artistry and skill with safe, quality construction. Their legacy reaches far beyond the physical structures they build, setting the stage for our clients to do what they do best. Together, we're building excellence.
For the second consecutive year, Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley has been selected as winner of the prestigious Best of the Valley Award in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank our patients and our communities of the Fox Valley for your trust and support. Your stories inspire our ongoing commitment to patient-centered care and orthopedic excellence. Experience the difference of OSI today. Call 920-560-1000 to schedule and discover why we're the best in the Valley.
All right, score at halftime, Hortonville 12, Pulaski 6. Jonathan Krause and Zach Morris with you here on the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week. Let's run through a couple of quick halftime stats for you. First off, Ethan Schmidt has completed for Pulaski 7 of 9 passes for 89 yards and 1 touchdown so far this afternoon. Trevor Schussler has done most of that work. He has 5 receptions for 46 yards. Van Vraken has 1 catch for 34. Joey Mayall 1 catch for 10 yards, and Kalen Back had 1 catch for 4 yards. rushing, that has not been where Pulaski has been able to do anything in terms of offense. Their leading rusher here at halftime is Sawyer Goodness with 1 carry for 3 yards. Ethan Schmidt, the quarterback, has carried twice for negative 10 yards. So Hortonville's defense doing very well against what we expected was going to be more of a single wing attack, but Pulaski has shown a lot more formations than that so far. As for Hortonville, A.J. Pfeiffer in the first half was 7 of 10 for 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. Those touchdown passes caught by Blake Eichdahl, who has 2 catches for 23 yards, and then Levi Hebby, who's got 2 catches for 30 yards so far tonight. Connor Christensen with a grab for 12 as well. Colin Zhang, 1 catch for 2 yards. A.J. Pfeiffer also doing it with his legs tonight. 9 carries for 85 yards, along with 38 in the first quarter. Brock Walter, 4 carries for 19 yards. Hebe has 1 carry for 2. Reggie Klein has 1 carry for 2 yards. That was on the fake punt. And Tristan Behrens, 2 carries in the first half for negative 6 yards. Again, our score at the break, Hortonville 12, Pulaski 7. We're going to take a break here for halftime, and we'll be back. You're watching the OSI video stream game of the week.
For the second consecutive year, Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley has been selected as winner of the prestigious Best of the Valley Award in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank our patients and our communities of the Fox Valley for your trust and support. Your stories inspire our ongoing commitment to patient-centered care and orthopedic excellence. Experience the difference of OSI today. Call 920-560-1000 to schedule and discover why we're the best in the Valley.
What is the mark of a true builder? At Myron Construction, we believe it's in the details. It's the strong sense of commitment to the people and places in which we work. The more than 100 years of experience we bring to every project site. It's our labor force, 1,200 strong. Our investment in cutting-edge equipment and technology. And our commitment to exceeding expectations. Most of all, it's our passion for bringing dreams to life. This is building excellence.
And we're just wrapping up halftime here. I need to say this, the interminably long high school football halftime.
And we're not even homecoming season yet.
I know. It needed to be long because it's parents' night, and I believe they introduced the parents of all 80 players on the Hortonville roster. Impressive. Of course, most of them had left to go to the locker room for the halftime chat, so the poor parents were standing out there by themselves. All right, so as you can see, our score here at halftime, Hortonville 12, Pulaski 7. The Red Raiders will have the ball to start the second half. A couple of other sports notes here before we get into some high school scores tonight. Your Milwaukee Brewers pounding the Cincinnati Reds tonight, 14-0 in the bottom of the ninth inning. They put up a 10 spot in the ninth inning. So it looks like they're going to reduce their magic number by another one today. They already took game one of the day-night doubleheader, 5-4 over the Reds in 10 innings. Scrolling down here, Phillies are losing to the Braves, 7-2. Cubs are beating the Nationals, 7-4, bottom of the ninth, but the Nationals have the bases loaded and a run in already, so maybe the Cubs bullpen will implode here again. And Yankees lead the Cardinals 4-3.
And for those who are taping the Badger game, I'll give you 10 seconds.
Taping it.
Just in case. I know there's some. I had a coach. I got very upset, and the player mentioned for a basketball game, they're wearing the red pants today. Oh, yeah. No, you got to run. All right.
Bad.
The only one drive so far for the Badgers, a missed 35-yard field goal.
Okay,
So
well, we're picking up right where we left off last year with the Luke Fickell era.
Halfway through the first quarter, no score.
Yep.
Now, in high school football, Oshkosh North Spartans lead the Oshkosh West Wildcats 14-0 at halftime. Okay. Reedsville leads Oshkosh Lourdes Academy 26-0.
Yeah, it's a matchup of two top 10 teams there.
At halftime, De Pere over Notre Dame still 3-0 at halftime. Fond du Lac trailing Marquette 10-0 at the half. And Little Chute leading New London 14-8 at halftime. And that's it I have for area. Oh, yeah. And Xavier leading Luxembourg Casco 24-6.
All right. Again, the high school schedule split here. There's some Thursday night games this week, some Friday night games as well. Kimberly was winner over Bayport last night. Neenah defeated Menasha. You did mention earlier that Freedom was laying it on Wapaka. They were up by, 5 touchdowns already in the first half?
Yeah, pretty solid lead. That one, Freedom still up 37-0
there we
against
go.
Wapaka.
All right, so coming up next week for each of these teams, Pulaski, they're starting a 3-game road trip. They'll open up their conference play in the Fox River Classic against De Pere. Hortonville, meanwhile, will be home for the start of Fox Valley Association action next week. They'll play host to Kaukauna. And again, our game here on the OSI video stream is going to be Appleton East at Neenah. And again, that is a Thursday night, not to conflict with some other NFL game going on.
Some game going down south.
Yeah,
don't know.
Way down south. I will be really interested to see what the crowd is like.
We have a weird situation here where players are forgetting what side on the field they are. Again, week 2 of the season.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Pulaski deferred their choice to the second half, so they chose to receive. That means Hortonville gets to pick their end of the field. So they have chosen to kick in this direction, away from the clock.
What gets me is both teams weren't sure where to go.
That's right. Yeah, usually as you see, one of the side judges comes out with the ball where it's going to be kicked from. So, all right, now we've got everybody going the correct direction. Paul Grasset, the kicker, line drive this time. He's been mixing up the kicks here so far. Bobbled again. And finally, stretching his way out to about the 35-yard line is Brock Whiteman.
Well, the return team now, that's their second good play ever since the botched kickoff. So that's why they make up for that.
So 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at their own 35-yard line. Only down by 5. Again, Hortonville scoring on back-to-back drives. Getting a couple of touchdown passes sandwiched around a pooch kickoff that Pulaski failed to recover. So now they come out standard single wing look here. And Schmidt will bring it himself to the near side, makes one man miss, gets across the line of scrimmage, and is escorted out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Schmidt had just 2 carries officially in the first half for negative 10 yards. As a team, Pulaski rushed for minus 3 yards in the first half. And in a team that runs single wing, that's not good.
But their passing attack looking stronger tonight.
Yep, Schmidt with 89 yards passing after having just 10 against Oconomowoc last week. This time they'll go more of a spread formation. Trips right. Schmidt comes near side. Ball batted at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. And so you got the big mitts up there to get a hand on it. Looks like it was Brody Radcliffe, 6'3", so you got to get the ball up. You're going to throw in his direction. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 6 now for the Red Raiders.
It's always been stress for pass rushing. Always put your hands up in the air, because if you can just get something part of your, either a finger or your palm on the ball, you're giving that chance to possibly a linebacker picking off the ball, if not yourself.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of the usual single wing offensive line moves either. I haven't seen a lot of pulling. I haven't seen a lot of cut blocking. Trips right this time. Schmidt sets the offense. Straight drop. Slot pass is tipped and incomplete. Throws into double coverage. Excellent job sticking with the receiver by Harley Waitis, and that will bring up a 4th down. So I'm guessing that Pulaski is going to punt again. Again, they've had Schmidt handling those duties.
The indicator, if they do punt, is when the quarterback takes that one step backwards, just like that. They will be punting.
So they come out in a true single wing look here. Boy, that just invites a block. End over end spinner that bounces forward this time for Pulaski, and will be down at about the 28-yard line. So decent starting field position for the Polar Bears as they enjoy a 5-point lead here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and that punt style is because you believe that, hey, we have a fast quarterback. He can know when to take off and try to run for a 1st down. But as you mentioned, it's a lot easier to block, and that's why a lot of coaches prefer to have your standard punter.
The other
formation.
thing is you take away the long snap, and then the second thing is that it forces the defense to remain in a non-punt return formation. So you can just punt down there, and there's no blocking available for the return man. So here comes Hortonville with A.J. Pfeiffer under center. Well, in the backfield, I should say. They'll hand it off. Trying to come near side is Brock Walter, wrapped up at about the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-yard gain out to the 30. Brock's had a tough time here tonight finding any room to run. 5 carries for 21 yards. Hortonville comes right back to the line of scrimmage, but then they look to the sideline for the offensive play and formation. This time they'll go 2 receivers to the right. Pfeiffer will hand it off. Barons dances in the backfield, gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, and is driven back from there. Gain of maybe another yard. And on the tackle is Gavin Heinz. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 now. So Barons, 3 carries for -5 yards here on the evening.
3rd down, 8 yards to go. On the Polar Bear 31.
Hortonville running a player off here right before the formation. No 12-man in the huddle penalty because there is no huddle. Pfeiffer looking deep down the middle. Everyone's covered. Nice tackle out there on the coverage, and a flag flies. Walter, the defender, was running step for step with him and really didn't need to wrap him up.
I think he was just assuming he was coming up with the catch.
A little bit of panic there in the backfield.
Correct.
Defensive backfield. So again, in high school football, it is not a spot foul, but instead a 15-yard mark-off, and that'll be enough for a 1st down here for the Polar Bears.
15-yard penalty.
Pushes it out to the 46-yard line.
That's another Polar Bear. 1st down.
Second Pulaski pass interference penalty of the afternoon or the evening. I don't know why I keep wanting to say afternoon. It's
Well, it was
after
so
8 o'clock.
sunny earlier, and now
Yeah.
it's a night game.
They'll shift and go trip receivers right this time. Pfeiffer pointing a few things out to the defense. Takes a snap, play fake. Has time, lots of time. He'll come middle of the field and almost intercepted. Threw it between a couple of guys out there. Closest man to it, though, was Braden Weideman for the potential interception. Make a 2nd down and 10. It's been a very disjointed game, all game.
Well, it was both offenses, either the short drive or not, they were still moving the ball, continuing to, time possession was actually going pretty quick. Now you're seeing 2 possessions, taking not some time off the clock, but a lot more passes.
Hortonville sent a man in motion across the formation, and now a flag flies, and I think we're going to get some kind of motion penalty. Yep, false start on Hortonville. So that'll back him up and make it a 2nd down and 15. Again, both teams coming in suffering lopsided first week losses. Oconomowoc put it on Pulaski last week, 42-7. West De Pere hung 45-zip on Hortonville. So a lot to work on here coming into week 2. Pulaski in man coverage here on the defense as you see the shift. Pfeiffer, plenty of time again, throws middle of the field, pass is caught. Coming up with the reception is Levi Hebe down to the 48.5-yard line. That'll be enough for a Hortonville 1st down. Pfeiffer now 8 of 11 for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns here on the night. Hebe with his 3rd catch for 41 yards. Fresh set of downs for the Polar Bears in Pulaski territory. Pfeiffer pump fake, slot pass is knocked away, incomplete. Intended for Owen Niebauer and broken up by Aiden McGlynn.
Yeah, we're seeing great routes being run and passes just being near target. I mean, ones of penalties have been pretty close, even knock away. So right now for Pfeiffer, I mean, this is a great performance by him, and he's clearly dealing with a lower leg injury and continuing to power through it.
Yep. Again, a sophomore had come in following an injury last week. He's been putting the ball on his receivers for the most part here tonight. 2nd down 10. This time he'll hand it off, let somebody else hit him. Dancing to the outside, breaking some tackles here along the sideline is Ashton Fallner. Fallner gets down inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 on the play, his longest run of the evening. And it's another 1st down here for the Polar Bears.
And we're not seeing Pfeiffer willing to run around like we did see in the first half. It's probably due to some injury of some sort, just me unable to run that way. But the players are doing a great job around him, his teammates, to give him more time to pass and running game.
That makes me think it might be an ankle injury. You go into halftime and it tightens up. Walter again, tough sledding off the left-hand side for about 3 down to the 26-yard line.
And this also helps him grow confidence in his passing attack, knowing that, hey, right now it's looking, I know how to play quarterback and pass pretty well. And once he is fully back to health, hey, now he's a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, you can see him really gimpy out there. Trying to check for another QB in the depth chart here. He may have to go the route here tonight. High snap, is able to handle it. He's tripping off the far side is Behrens, and he's brought down across the 25 at about the 24-yard line, gain of 2.
His backup clearly may be unnamed player and unnamed number. No number listed.
Perhaps Hortonville will go with single wing. Broden Butson is the was to be the starting quarterback, a senior, but again banged up in week 1. Probably 4-down territory for the Polar Bears here if they fail to convert on 3rd down and 6. Pfeiffer, straight drop, throws a little lob towards the end zone, is caught for a touchdown. And that is Hebe's second of the night. This one is good from 25 yards out. And Hortonville now up a couple of scores, 18-7. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 again. This might be a situation where Hortonville doesn't kick all night.
Well, we're seeing the trickery again, but now going back to, nope. This is part of the tricker, trying to trick them up.
They are going to attempt an extra point. Snap good, kick on the way, and it is good. So make it 19-7 now. Hortonville on top. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more of the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
For the second consecutive year, Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley has been selected as winner of the prestigious Best of the Valley Award in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank our patients and our communities of the Fox Valley for your trust and support. Your stories inspire our ongoing commitment to patient-centered care and orthopedic excellence. Experience the difference of OSI today. Call 920-560-1000 to schedule and discover why we're the best in the Valley.
So Levi Hebe with the 25-yard touchdown reception from A.J. Pfeiffer. And that was Paul Grasset with the extra point. First made of the night, and it is the Polar Bears on top 18-7 here about midway through the third quarter. If you're Pulaski, you're not a particularly effective passing team. What do you do here to get back in it?
You may have to pass. Just run your offense right now. I wouldn't try to change it where you need to make sure you're up and down the field fast as you can because, again, it's still mid-third quarter. You can still try to take a 7-minute drive, but now you need to score. That's the big thing for the Red Raiders. Time of playing field positions coming to an end right now.
I noticed here they have not changed the scoreboard. It still says 18-7 here yet as the squib kick is taken on the run. Look out across the 45 and down at about the 49-yard line. Extra point did go through, right?
I didn't look, but to be safe, we're going to match what the scoreboard shows, and then we'll always rearrange.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. Looked like it was inside the left upright. Either way, it'll be Pulaski ball here at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position.
Either way, with a point or two, you still need to put up a touchdown. So now, being at midfield, we've seen this before with the Pulaski Red Raiders where they were able to get a touchdown drive when they started inside Polar Bear territory.
True single wing as off the near side and getting tripped up is Braylon Egger. Is that correct? Is that 13? Nope. No, I take that back. That was Ethan Schmidt there with the carry. Looked for a minute there like it was number 13, and they may have made a quarterback switch. Instead, Schmidt off the right side for a gain of 1. Again, he's still in negative yardage territory. Again, traditional single wing look. Haven't seen as much of the directional snapping tonight either. There's one as it goes to the fullback instead, and plowing forward for a short gain is Anthony Ficari. For Ficari, gain of 1 again. He still has negative 1 yard total yard rushing tonight. So now 3rd down and 8 for the Red Raiders as they push the ball into Polar Bear territory at 49. Well, they were about to come out for the formation.
They weren't sure. This is like in Madden when you're changing plays and formations.
So this time they'll come out with a wing to the right and 2 receivers left. Send that man in motion. Straight drop under a ton of pressure. The throwback middle screen is caught, but that'll go for about a 7-yard loss. Pass caught by Landon Van Frakken, but he's going to end up losing 7. And that will bring up a 4th down and long here for the Red Raiders.
I mean, that play was just blown up right away. The fact that he was meant to go back, but not that fast due to the Polar Bears just being all over on that play.
I don't think the receiver made himself available early enough. It was a little slow coming back to the quarterback to make himself available. So again, they've punted out of their usual formation here all night. The big steps that Zach says are an indication that it will be a real punt. Hortonville has nobody back, and the kick is away. Best one of the night, an actual spiral going inside of the 15, and now it'll be down at about the 13-yard line. So Hortonville's defense holds again. I am told that the correct score is 18-7, so that previous extra point was no good.
Had to look at the replay. I hope it wasn't an obvious miss, like we've seen that highlight where up on the crossbar and in. But right now for Pulaski is now you have to play in field position. As long as you can get the ball back, I would say early 4th quarter, you still are in a great position to try and make an attempt at this. But I'm Hortonville, run a long drive and get another touchdown, and you can start to feel pretty confident in the later stages of this game.
The way Pulaski's offense has gone tonight, though, aside from one drive, they may need a defensive score here, a turnover deep in Hortonville territory.
And the Red Raiders have been close for a possible interception.
They did force a fumble earlier in the first quarter, which snuffed out a Hortonville drive, and now I believe we're going to get delay of game. So coming out of a change of possession, getting nailed for a delay of game, that'll mark them half the distance back to the goal, and it'll be 1st and about 14 now.
The updated score, the Winneconne Wolves leading the Amarillo Foxes 54-0.
Ooh, looks like the China Bull will be going back to Winneconne. Pfeiffer, straight drop, dances around, throws to the near side, has a man, but unable to come up with it was Hebe. He's been running free in the secondary quite a bit here in the second half. And that'll make it a 2nd down now. But again, example there, Pfeiffer, sophomore quarterback, gave his man a chance to go out and get it.
And that's the most important part, just to be able to have the belief and the connection with the receivers when you were not the starting quarterback to start with the season.
They'll break their 4-man formation on the right side. And they'll hand it off out of that formation. Trying to turn the corner again, but this time not finding as much success. Was on the near side. Is that Levi Strange, I believe, 28? Nope, take that back. It was Vollner with the carry. gain of maybe 1 on the play.
And this down is going to be very crucial for Pulaski because you were gifted with the delay of game. They're still behind the chains and the Polar Bears. If you're going to get a stop and get in good field position, this is it.
3rd and 14. I have to position myself so that I'm not blocked out by a post here in the press box. Pfeiffer, straight drop, comes near side, and the receiver didn't see it coming out of the cut. Incomplete. So Pulaski forces the 3 and out deep in Hortonville territory, and they should be getting good field position coming out of this punt. For Pfeiffer, his first 2 incompletions here in the second half. So near side on the receivers, it's Van Freken, and on the other side, this is a wobbler. Van Freken will come up and take on a hop at the 40-yard line. Comes to the middle of the field, breaks 1 tackle, and then is wrapped up, brought down at about the 35-yard line. That's one where you're catching it with momentum, just plow straight ahead. As soon as you turn sideways, you're giving up valuable field position.
Was managing about 5 more yards, even though he's trying to slice and dice his way up the field instead of going straight ahead.
It's also amazing how few kids take the punt on the fly in high school anymore. They always let it bounce in front of them. Schmidt
I'd
rolls
drop
near
it.
side, throws one in. He's got a man in behind the defense. Inside the 10-yard line is Jeffrey Smits. Smits all the way down to about the 3-yard line. His first catch on the season.
Here we go, hurry up offense, trying to catch
look
the
at this.
defense.
Hortonville gets its spare man off the field, direct snap. This time goes to the fullback, Fakari, who forces his way down to about the 3-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. Longest completion, I want to check, longest completion of the night. Nope, not quite for Schmidt. Puts him up to 108 yards total passing. And again, Smith's first catch on the season. 2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line. True single wing formation. And they do the little inside reverse handoff. No, they don't. Fake pass to the end zone for a touchdown. Had me fooled there. I thought they did the little inside reverse. And instead, they find Myhall for the easy touchdown in the back of the end zone.
Had me fooled, too, because I was looking at a running back that just did not have anything with him.
So you had the camera shot following the running back.
We did catch it in the corner.
Okay,
but,
good.
I mean, an excellent drive. This is what the Red Raiders needed to get back into this game.
Second touchdown pass of the night for Schmidt. Now, an important extra point here. Coming up for Pulaski is Whipple. Puts it up, and that one is good. Okay, I watched the officials that time. It was good. So make it 18-14 now. Hortonville on top. Quick break, back with more on the OSI video stream game of the week.
At Myron Construction, relationships are at the core of everything we do. While our roots run deep in the Midwest, our reach has expanded nationally as we follow our clients across the country to bring their projects to life. In an ever-evolving industry that leans heavily on resourcefulness and hard work, our project teams take great pride in not only delivering successful projects, but in building lasting relationships with our clients and partners. Together, we are building excellence.
Back again at Hortonville High School, where things have tightened up considerably.
Pulaski student section, a lot to cheer after that last possession.
Apparently it's beach night for them tonight.
It's more like neon, I would say.
Thought I saw some swimsuits earlier.
Well, when the sun was out, yeah, it was pretty warm.
Hortonville, I think they're going with the country theme tonight. A lot of cowboy hats down there. All right, so let's see if Pulaski chooses to kick away here. We've seen a lot of strange special teams plays so far tonight. Both teams have faked punts. We've had a pooch kickoff that was not recovered by the receiving team, resulting in a turnover. So Whipple marching off his paces. He'd be along the near side, Zhang far side for the return team. Pulaski was offsides on the kick. You can see that from here. So they'll do it again from 5 yards farther back. Whipple's got a good leg. He puts it inside the 5 every time he kicks off. Had a touchback on the opening kickoff of the game.
So if you're the Polar Bears, be prepared around the 10-yard line. He may add a little extra oomph, though, on this one.
Yep. Interesting thing there in high school is the play is immediately dead if the kickoff team is offsides, and that actually spares you the coverage team running all the way down the field, making a tackle,
long
and then
as
finding
you
out
know.
it's going back 5 yards, and so really it's kind of a disadvantage for the receiving team. You don't get the winded kickoff return team or coverage team.
Unless you're that player that plays beyond the whistle, and you're all like, why is everyone over there?
Were you that guy who played past the whistle?
Oh, I gave 110% every play.
Play till the echo of the whistle. So Whipple will go again here. Puts his team in motion. And this kickoff spinning to the far side. Zhang will take it to about the 15-yard line. Cutting back to the middle of the field, has a seam and is brought down at about the 34. So good starting field position for the Polar Bears, who've seen their lead trimmed to 4 here in the third quarter.
And right now for the Polar Bears, yeah, they're up by 4, but you also have to remember two-point conversions that were failed, and then you also throw in a missed extra point.
That I thought was good, but
either way, 4 or 5, they're still in the situation that you may need to keep scoring. The only benefit is that for Pulaski, I believe both of their touchdown drives have been drives that started inside the 40-yard line of Hortonville.
They have. Badgers are on the board here now, 7-0 early in the second quarter against Western Michigan. As here comes Hortonville with A.J. Pfeiffer still in at quarterback. He'll hand it off to Behrens, who tries to come near side and plows forward for about 3 yards down to the 38-yard line. Give him a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a second down and 7. Gets Behrens back to 0 net yards rushing for the evening.
Updated score, Green Bay Notre Dame now leads the Pierce 7-3 in the fourth quarter.
They move out of their trips to the right. Pfeiffer, a long time at the line of scrimmage here. He'll hand it off again. Behrens straight ahead running. Pretty simple there, and he pounds it out to the 41-yard line. That'll be good for a gain of 2. Make it a third down now, and short, I will say long 4 here for the Polar Bears. Trying to run some clock as well. It's been a long third quarter. A lot of incomplete passes, a couple of scores. Send everybody in motion again. Pfeiffer gets the offense set. Plenty of time. He'll go long, far side, and that one is intercepted. Stepping in front for the pick is Jeffrey Smits, and he's returning it across the 45-yard line. And just like that, Pulaski, down 4, has it back with prime field position here late in the third quarter. Ill-advised throw there. Double coverage that time, and Pfeiffer was locked in on his receiver.
Yeah, I've been noticing in double coverage that Pulaski has been close. That's been a couple of attempts they've been trying to get an interception. When you're playing with fire, eventually you're going to get burned, and that's what happened to the Polar Bears right there. Turning around, making that interception, and a great return as well.
So here come the Red Raiders. They'll break their huddle quickly. Come out in a 2-receiver set with a wing to the near side. Schmidt, little wing pass, and with room is Schussler across midfield and out to about the 48-yard line. So a Hortonville defense that just gave up points almost immediately back onto the field again. And now they're going to go hurry up into the single wing. Direct snap. We've got a false start. One of the wings on the right-hand side took off a bit early. Break there for Hortonville as it breaks a little bit of Pulaski's momentum. Backs him up again into a 2nd down and 9. Schuessler on the night, 6 catches for 52 yards.
9 yards to go on the Pulaski 47-yard line. Under 1 minute remaining.
Now Pulaski's going to take its time in the huddle. It's not like they can run out the rest of the quarter here. Two receivers set. They bring the wing in motion. And they'll hand it off on the reverse to the wing, and he gets wrapped up in the backfield and brought down immediately. Schuessler with nowhere to go after coming in motion.
And now the Polar Bears will have a chance to bail out their offense with that interception by getting a quick 3 and out. Well, that's the second set of downs, but this situation now for the Polar Bears is if you guys stop here, you're going to feel pretty confident. But for Pulaski, you feel like you need to get a first down. So I wonder if they go for 2 if they get near they'll go for a 4th down if they get near the 50-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to let the quarter run out. So our score at the end of 3, it's Hortonville 18, Pulaski 14. We'll be back in a minute.
Myron Construction. Relationships are at the core of everything we do. While our roots run deep in the Midwest, our reach has expanded nationally as we follow our clients across the country to bring their projects to life. In an ever-evolving industry that leans heavily on resourcefulness and hard work, our project teams take great pride in not only delivering successful projects, but in building lasting relationships with our clients and partners. Together, we are building excellence.
For the 2nd consecutive year, Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley has been selected as winner of the prestigious Best of the Valley Award in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank our patients and our communities of the Fox Valley for your trust and support. Your stories inspire our ongoing commitment to patient-centered care and orthopedic excellence. Experience the difference of OSI today. Call 920-560-1000 to schedule and discover why we're the best in the Valley.
And as always, our thanks to our stream sponsors, OSI, and also Myron Construction. And so we head into our 4th quarter of play. Pulaski looking at a 3rd down and 13 back into their own territory again. Schmidt deep drop. He's going to go with a little center screen to the tight end. Gets hit, breaks 1 tackle, but cannot break free. As brought down is Kalen Bach, his 2nd catch of the night. And give credit to Austin McHugh, the linebacker, for a good open field tackle to snuff that out. So now it makes it to 4th and about, let's see, stick person's a little bit off there. There we go. So 4th down and about 7 for the Red Raiders. This might be another go-for-it situation here.
Well, when they did the fake punt, it wasn't that far off, about 3 or 4 yards.
Nope, taking the big steps backward that Zach tells us means
Correct.
it's going to be a real punt. And he gets it away, low line drive, nobody back to receive again. Nice wedge action on that as it stops immediately at the 20-yard line. So Pulaski looked like they had a golden opportunity coming off of the interception and the return to about midfield, but the Hortonville defense holds, aided by a penalty. And now they got a chance to run some clock here, up 4 in the 4th quarter. Jonathan Krause and Zach Morris with you tonight. Next week on Thursday, it will be Gary Brulowski and Zach from from Neenah High School as Appleton East, the Patriots, who, by the way, are 2-0. Rockets are 1-1 now. And that'll be your video stream game of the week by OSI next Thursday. So you can watch that on Thursday night and then the Packers on Friday night.
They're playing on Friday?
Yeah, hard to believe. AJ Pfeiffer will hand it off and we'll keep it. No, he did hand it off there to Brock Walter. who gets thrown down after a 1-yard loss. Pfeiffer has been limping noticeably here since about midway through the second quarter. Got wrapped up on a tackle and then further exacerbated when he was shoved onto the running track around the football field a little bit later in the quarter. So 2nd down and 11 now for the Polar Bears. They send a man in motion. Try to pitch it to him. That should be an incomplete pass. And the whistle sound.
Incomplete pass being forward.
That is why you run that play, because if the guy coming in motion botches it, it's not a fumble. It does go down as an incomplete pass for your quarterback, though, hurting his QB rating. So this has been anything but a sharp drive here so far for the Polar Bears, as they're now 3rd and 11.
Does that affect his QBR?
That's what I mean.
Or passer range still intact, pretty much. Hey, a couple points.
4 receivers set here for the Polar Bears on 3rd and 11. Pfeiffer, straight drop, has time, has a man breaking open to the near side. It's heavy again, and he can't find it. Over the shoulder catch, looking over the wrong shoulder, though, and it goes as an incompletion. So in his last 5 attempts, Pfeiffer has 4 incompletions and a pick. After a nice streak in the middle of the action here with 5 completions, followed by a 4 completion streak and 2 touchdowns.
So outside, only 2 possessions for Pulaski have started inside the 40-yard line of Hortonville, both touchdowns. Any possession that starts beyond the 40, no scores. So this punt return is going to tell us a lot what's going to happen for this next drive for the Red Raiders.
Abram Daniels on the punt. Good snap, gets it away. High, nice spiral there, driving the return man back, catches it on the fly, gets wrapped up, brought down. So going nowhere was Van Fraken. And in on the tackle, another strong open field tackle is made there by Kalen Plumman, a 6'1", 165-pound junior. So they start outside the 40. Let's see if Zach's theory here on Pulaski's offense holds.
Yeah, it's a great job being able to get back in time and not letting any yards on the return. So great job by the Polar Bears.
So Pulaski takes time coming out of the huddle here. Both teams with their full allotments of timeouts here into the 4th quarter. 2 receivers set. Schmidt goes far side, pass is caught again. This has been their best play all night. Schlusler breaking a tackle and getting inside the 40-yard line. That'll be enough for another Pulaski 1st down. Gain of 17 on the play. Schmidt up to 140 yards passing now. Schusler with 7 receptions has 69 yards.
And both of their scoring drives for Pulaski have been kickstarted by a big pass play, too. And that is either a strength, more the fact where the Polar Bears are just expecting to run at that time.
True single wing formation this time. Schmidt will roll right, looking to throw under pressure. Pass is in behind the receiver, incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of guys open on the 1st level, chose to try to throw it to the 2nd level. That was behind Weideman, incomplete. That breaks a streak of 6 straight completions for Schmidt. And brings up a 2nd down and 10. Say the receiver on the near side lined up offside, but instead he was okay. Schmidt's going to try to run it himself. Nowhere to go and drop for a loss. The immediate pressure and penetration coming up the middle by Owen Niebauer, the linebacker. So 5'10", junior. And that'll bring up 3rd down and long again, 3rd and 15 for the Raiders. Schmidt now 5 carries on the evening for minus 11 yards.
Wonder if it gets like 4th and 7, that's when they go for it, because there's still plenty of time to play field position.
Clock continuing to roll here as we wind down to 9 minutes left in regulation. It's now the wingback directing a little traffic there on the offense. And a penalty flag flies. And it'll be a false start. Now you're looking at 3rd and 20 for the Red Raiders. And Zach's theory that Pulaski cannot move more than 40 yards on offense is proving to be true here again.
This is about, what, a 15-yard drive now? Well, like I mentioned, both scoring drives were aided by a big pass play early on in the drive where that 20-yard pass or 30-yard pass is a lot more deadly from 40 yards out than compared to your own 35.
They come out with 2 receivers to the near side on this formation. Schmidt rolls right, has time, stops. Now he's under pressure, tries to dump one off, and it's incomplete. Schussler could not come free along the near sideline. Great job of getting in pressure on the play by Matthew Spielman, the defensive lineman. 6'1", 240, good size. And now I would imagine with 8:26 left to go here in the game, and Hortonville's offense sputtering for the most part tonight, Pulaski will choose to punt and again play field position. And this time they're going to send a man back.
And
maybe force.
Oh, definitely, because you know you're not going to go for it at this point.
Yeah, they have not forced Pulaski to cover a punt here yet tonight. So Zhang back deep to receive on 4th and 20. Wobbly snap and then kind of a knuckleball punt that Zhang will fair catch at his own 17-yard line. So now, if you are Hortonville, you're looking to run off a good 8 minutes here, score or not. And the officials are going to have a little conference. Nope, just coming down.
Checking on each other,
Yep.
making sure that, hey, 8 minutes to go, we got this, right? That's a
getting the correct football into play.
Well, and a lot of these referees, too, across the state are also double duty. They had to ref a game yesterday and reffing again today.
Don't be surprised if Thursday night high school football becomes more the norm for the very reason you just stated. We're so short on officials in all sports. So here come the Polar Bears with A.J. Pfeiffer at quarterback. He'll hand it off. Hard running this time by Behrens as he plows his way out to about the 25-yard line. And a gain of 7 on first down.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered for the Polar Bears, just continue to get big yardage on these running. Just keep running the ball, take time off the clock. If they don't score, the best scenario of this drive is about 3 minutes to go, and you're punting at the 40-yard line.
Barron's longest run of the night there was 7 yards. He's been effectively bottled up by the Pulaski defense. Pfeiffer will hand it off. Big hole off the left-hand side across the 40. Midfield, trying to cut inside. And finally brought down is Vosters. He's had a couple of, Vollner I should say, he's had a couple of explosive runs here tonight for the Polar Bears. Went for 15 yards earlier tonight. That one goes for 23. So he's now up to 41 yards on 4 carries. New set of downs. Clock continues to run here as we come down on 7 minutes to go. Pfeiffer, plenty of time. Launches middle of the field, and it's almost intercepted, then almost caught.
So both players, great opportunity to make a big play in this game. You had for Pulaski being able to return that. And gosh, the problem is when the ball is tipped, regardless how easy it may look from us looking at it or a fan or a teammate on the sideline, it's so hard to keep that focus when it gets tipped.
Bryce Watruba with the missed interception, and then Levi Hebe with the missed walk to the end zone if he had caught it. They'll hand it off the right side for a short gain there by Walter again. Maybe a yard. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. I'm going to say he was dropped at the original line of scrimmage for no gain. And it'll be 3rd and 10. If you're Hortonville, you're more than happy to run some clock. Zach again proving to be prescient here, although there's going to be more than 3 minutes to go if they fail to convert here.
Well, they got to the 40-yard line pretty quickly on one run.
Send Hebe in motion. Pitch it to him as they'll try to do a little end around here on the right side. Gets down inside the 40 and dropped at about the 36-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 35, so now that makes it 4th down and 3. If you're Hortonville, I think you are going for this, aren't you?
Well, worst case scenario is you don't get the conversion. Well, they're still going to be around 35-yard line for Pulaski. You're going to feel pretty safe with that, at least how this game has been trending. So, yeah, I think you have more to gain going for it than you do punting.
Or do you try to draw him offside here for the cheapie?
In this game, I prefer to keep the timeouts. But if you want to take the penalty.
Pfeiffer will put it into play. Straight drop, has time, throws middle of the field, almost intercepted, still loose and incomplete. Even if that had been caught, it was not going to go for a first down. And if it had been picked off, it still would have been Pulaski's ball. So
one more yard.
Yeah. So that's now 6 straight incompletions for Pfeiffer. And the ball goes over on downs now with 5:38 left to go here in regulation. We're on a score now, right now, though, that does not lead me to believe we're going to see overtime.
Well, touchdown, missed extra point, safety. We're right back at
Or made extra point and a field goal back the other way. But again, Hortonville hasn't put anything between the uprights tonight. Although I thought they did.
Well, here's a different look.
Yeah, 5 receivers set with an empty backfield. Schmidt hit as he throws. Wobbler is incomplete.
The only thing for Pulaski out of that formation is now you know they're going to pass, unlike the confusion that you're trying to give early on at the line of scrimmage.
Pass, I guess, was intended for Jack Tenney, junior wide receiver. Stops the clock again, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 here for the Red Raiders. Outside of that 40-yard range that Zach believes they can actually move the football. 3 receivers set this time. As Schmidt will roll to the near side. Under pressure, throws underneath. Pass is caught. Going to be just short of the first down, as hauling that one in was Landon Van Freken. For him, that is his 3rd reception on the night for 36 yards. 149 yards passing for Schmidt, as he'll break the huddle quickly here and come in for a 3rd down and 1. With the time left on the clock, probably 4-down territory. True single wing look here for Pulaski. And they will roll. Schmidt to the near side, follows his fullback through the hole across the 50, and that'll be enough for a Pulaski 1st down. Gain of 6 on the play for Schmidt. Believe it or not, that's his longest run of the night and gets him up to -5 yards rushing for the evening.
We're about a minute from Pulaski committing that this is probably the last drive of the game.
Have it right at midfield. They'll come true single wing again. This time, wings right. Direct snap goes to the fullback. And that's Mason Taylor, I believe, trying to force his way out. Gain of maybe 1 on the play. I'll check that. That was number 14. That's Van Freken, who lined up in the backfield. His first carry on the night.
If I were the Polar Bears, I'd be more concerned of just going back in coverage, because the 2 scoring drives have been aided by a big passing attack, and they tried early on the first play of this drive. They went deep.
Going bread and butter, single wing again, this time off to the left. Schmidt back at the QB spot. He'll throw. He's got a man wide open behind the defense and overthrew him. Tenney had broken free by a couple of yards, but Schmidt, rolling to his left, couldn't put it on him. Brings up a 3rd down and 9.
See, it's just like that. I wasn't prepared for a receiver being deep downfield, because they were running a normal run play where I'm thinking, hey, there was actually an alleyway, and maybe discussions on that. Maybe you should have taken that route. But again, if I'm the Polar Bears, you need to be watching out for the pass.
That was actually the first time they've thrown out of the true single wing formation. Now they're in the 3 receiver set. Schmidt will roll left again. Little lofting pass is caught along the far sideline. Schussler is punched out of bounds at about the 30. and that'll be enough for another Pulaski first down on a 20 or 19-yard pickup. And it looks like either Schussler is hurt or someone else on the Pulaski sideline, as there was a big pop over on that side.
Schmidt pass complete. Taken out of bounds by Levi Strange.
It's getting awfully quiet here, as it looks like the crew is taking a very close look at Schussler over there on the sideline. And he has not moved since that play ended. Also noticing that the training staff from the opposite side is coming over as well. So sincerely hope that he is okay. Because I don't think it was the contact on the tackle. I think it was contact with someone on the sideline that may have injured him. All right, so tell you what, why don't we take a quick break here, and hopefully we'll have good news when we come back. You're watching the OSI video stream game of the week.
Myron Construction has the unique opportunity to build the landscape of our communities. We play a role in shaping the region as well as communities across the country. Our work supports a range of organizations and industries, ones that ensure health and well-being, secure resources for struggling populations, teach our children, enrich local economies, provide spaces for recreation and entertainment, and strengthen our neighborhoods. We create thriving, welcoming places for people to work, play, and engage. Together, we're building excellence.
All right, some very good news here, as Trevor Schussler was able to get up on his own there on the far sideline. Not obviously not in on this play after the big 18-yard completion gets Pulaski down to the Hortonville 30-yard line. Single wing on 1st and 10. Schmidt will follow his fullback into the hole, plowing forward and down to about the 25-yard line. Gain of 5 on 1st down. And now Pulaski going back to, like I said, the bread and butter, which they have not shown a lot so far this game.
Well, it's been more than success in the air. I mean, for Pulaski, they're glad that the air attack has finally worked out compared to last week. So now you have to be concerned they can do both, and that's what you want out of an offense, because you can't just run or you just can't pass.
2nd and 4 at the Polar Bear 24-yard line. This time they'll come single wing to the right. And it'll come to Schmidt, rolling to his right, stopping, throwing underneath to no one, incomplete. Tenney in the area. Pressure being applied in the backfield by Jace Frankel, junior linebacker. Now it's 3rd and 4. Guaranteed, as Zach mentioned, 4-down territory here with just 2:56 left to go. And I think you just run that power sweep play to the wing side here and just have your quarterback follow your fullback into the hole.
What this drive has shown, when you think they're going to run, that's when they pass. And if you're going,
fans trying to make a little noise here.
If Pulaski's going to pass, this will be the down.
Well, they're coming out in more of a spread look here. 2 receivers to the near side, wing to the top of the formation. Sends the wing in motion now. Schmidt takes the pass, throws it near side, bobbled and incomplete. Remember, that's been Schussler coming in motion and then running the out route, making those catches. This time, not able to hang on was Griffin Van Lannen. That'll bring up a 4th down and 4.
Would have been close.
Pulaski.
Would have been close too. It looks like it may have been tackled near the 21-yard line, just short of the 1st down marker.
So here's the ball game right here. Although Pulaski does have all 3 timeouts, if they were to turn over, they would probably end up being able to force Hortonville to punt.
And that's what if you ran on 3rd down and did not work, you're losing time.
Yep. So they will come out, true single wing, strong to the left. Schmidt will hand it off on a little reverse. It's going to be a halfback pass, but it's covered downfield, and then he's brought down. Great job of recognizing the play by Jace Frankel, as unable to find anybody downfield was Landon Van Franken. That's one of those plays within the single wing. You hold it in reserve for a situation just like that, and it was a fantastic job of recognition, coming up and snuffing it out by Frankel. So the ball goes over on downs now to the Polar Bears at their own 31-yard line. 2:47 left to go, and again, Pulaski does have all 3 timeouts.
So this is where that tough decision comes. You try to get the first down or just run.
I think you run the ball. And they will. Hand it off to Behrens, dragging some tacklers into the hole out to about the 35-yard line. Pick up of 4, and Pulaski will choose to use a timeout. For Behrens' 8th carry on the night for just 13 yards. Zach, any chance you have a few other scores, or not yet?
Well,
Okay.
first we're going to get the score clock, the time clock.
There
you
we
know,
go.
the fans are really excited, which caused the cameras to rearrange. Scores. Let's see. Winston updates. We have Ashwaubenon. They lead Matwalk 42-6. And as we wait for the other scores to refresh, Xavier leading Luxembourg Casco 31-20 in the fourth. Oshkosh North leading Oshkosh West 35-22 also in the fourth quarter. And let's see, we have some other updates from the previous scores. Halftime, we still have Marquette leading Fond du Lac 10-0. And Freedom defeating Wapaka 45-15. And Reedsville beating Oshkosh Lewis Academy 26-20.
As I mentioned, that's a matchup of top 10 teams there in the lower divisions. So now it's 2nd and 6 for the Polar Bears, and I'll hand it off. Very cautiously moving forward was Behrens. The Pulaski indicating there might have been a fumble. The way he had the ball wrapped up, I can't believe it would have come loose. Discussion, and they're giving it to Pulaski. Wow. I mean, Behrens had both arms wrapped around it. I'm not even sure how it came out. But after a 2-yard gain, Behrens puts it on the carpet, and it is recovered by Pulaski. And it's inside the 40-yard line, Zach.
It was just odd where no referee was saying fumble instantly, but a big play made by the Red Raiders. And now it just comes down to the defense for the Hortonville Polar Bears to hold once again.
3rd turnover forced tonight by the Red Raider defense. Let's see if they're able to do something with it as they will come out with single wing look here, power right. Now they'll send a wing in motion. Schmidt will roll to the right. Has time, running out of space though, and throws it into the ground, incomplete. Again, pass intended for Layden von Fraken. And I still am not seeing Trevor Schussler on the field. Again, scary contact along the far sideline with laid motionless for a while. Had 8 catches for 87 yards and a touchdown so far tonight. So here come the Red Raiders again on 2nd down and 10. Clock stopping on the incomplete pass. They'll go single wing left this time. Schmidt takes the snap. He'll roll, follow his fullback into the hole again, and that's off to the left-hand side, pushing some guys down to about the 34-yard line, gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. That right there, and I may have mentioned it before, but that's single wing 101 right there. Follow your fullback into the hole, strong side following the 2 wings as well. So this time the wings will line up to the right in the single. And now we're going to get timeout called by Hortonville. So what do you say we take one as well? You're watching the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week.
Myron Construction has the unique opportunity to build the landscape of our communities. We play a role in shaping the region as well as communities across the country. Our work supports a range of organizations and industries, ones that ensure health and well-being, secure resources for struggling populations, teach our children, enrich local economies, provide spaces for recreation and entertainment, and strengthen our neighborhoods. We create thriving, welcoming places for people to work, play, and engage. Together, we're building excellence.
Jonathan Kraus and Zach Morris with you here tonight in Hortonville at Aiken Field, where the Polar Bears are trying to hang on here following a late fumble, which has set up Pulaski in Hortonville territory. Polar Bears nursing a 4-point lead They have missed on two two-point conversions and an extra point tonight. Or else they would be up by 7. Coming out of the timeout, Pulaski is looking at a 3rd down and 4 now from the Polar Bear 34-yard line. Got to get actually past the 30-yard line for the first down. Single wing, power right. Schmidt will roll that way. Has time, looks, throws too low. Intended receiver not able to get down on that one, as the pass was sent in the direction of Brock Whiteman. And they'll bring up a 4th down and 4. So once again, game on the line here. Can the Hortonville defense rise one more occasion?
Do they run the same play on 4th down the previous possession?
No, they will not be running. They will not be running the wing reverse pass option. I can guarantee you that. I think they can run the quarterback following the fullback again, but they're going to go instead. True spread formation here. 5 receivers set. Schmidt alone in the backfield. Takes the snap, has time. Little slot pass is caught. As getting it inside the 25-yard line for a first down is Anthony Ficari, his first catch on the night. And that is good for 12 yards. And it moves the sticks. Clock continues to roll now with 1:35 left to go, and they'll spike it. Or did we get a timeout first? Nope. Saw some of the Pulaski coaching staff coming out of the field.
Spiking at
what are we doing here?
Spiking at that point, I feel there's enough time for
certainly
for the Red Raiders to get this play in and be able to do what they want to do.
The down indicator on the field has finally been flipped to number 2.
Here's another problem. You mentioned the coaches coming in from the sideline. That took time off the play clock. So now it's all of a sudden we're going to be in a little tight situation in about 5 seconds.
So a full 2nd down and 10. They're going to come out single wing, power right. As Schmidt takes the snap, he'll roll right. Under pressure, looking, has a man in the middle of the field, finally finds him, and it's caught at about the 13-yard line. They're going to mark it about the 14. That's going to be short of the first down. Let's see if Pulaski chooses to use a timeout here. The catch was made, I believe that was Braylon Eggerer, 13, is that correct? All right, so it's 3rd down and 1 now. As the snap comes to Schmidt, gets a block to the outside, turns the corner, gets inside, and it'll be enough for a first down to about the 12-yard line of Hortonville, stopping the clock with 1:01 left to go in the contest. Gain of 4 for Schmidt.
First down, Pulaski.
What's going to be interesting is Pulaski's going to let time off the clock. So if you're Hortonville, you just have to hold, but they still have 2 timeouts themselves.
Sticks are set, so the clock continues to roll now with 45 seconds left to go. Schmidt, he'll try a fade pass to the corner. Jump ball is incomplete. Signaling that it's incomplete over there is Cameron Cronus. Tenney, the intended receiver. Tenney, by the way, is a pretty good-sized target out there for Pulaski. He is, let's see here, 6'3". All right, so clock stops at 38.2 left to go. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Single wing. Schmidt rolls right. Has a man in the flat. It's caught at the 10. And knocked down. No whistle yet. And now finally tackled at the 2-yard line. That is probably going to be enough for a first down to stop the clock with 28.9 seconds left to go. And now Pulaski is going to take a timeout. So that leaves them with 1 left to go. And it'll be 1st and goal from the Hortonville 2-yard line. Well, I got to say, this has certainly been a very entertaining game. Hasn't been the most efficient football game that we've seen so far this year. Ethan Schmidt now with 191 yards passing on, 16 of 24 for the night. And now you have what is just about the perfect offense for short yardage. A lot of pressure going to be here on the Hortonville defense, backed up inside their own 2-yard line.
For Pulaski, I mean, they have plenty of options here. You can run. You can take another chance with that. Run any formation.
Yeah, the Red Raiders still have 1 timeout left, so they can get tackled in the field of play and still stop the clock. And if you're Coach Marsh, I mean, you're probably looking at 1 running play, and then everything else is going to be through the air. I can guarantee this is going to be single wing. Power single wing. Trips right. They're going to snap it to the fullback, who comes off the right side of the end zone for a touchdown. Plowing his way in for the score is Brock Weideman, and Pulaski has come back to take the lead 20-18. The only score here of the fourth quarter comes with 24.9 seconds left to go. Now, if you're Hortonville, right now you got to put everything into blocking this extra point or running it back for the 2-point conversion. Pulaski, I don't think they're set here on their special teams. Are they a guy short? Now they're going to have to waste a timeout. Wasting a timeout on an extra point.
But this could be a crucial extra point. So let's say that player was not on the field, gets blocked. Well, then it could be dangerous.
We're going to keep it here. Just a reminder that next week's game here on the OSI video stream is going to be Appleton East taking on Neenah. That'll be Thursday night as Fox Valley Association play opens up with those 2 teams. And should be a good time. Gary Brolowski and Zach Morris will have the call for you on that one. Again, Thursday night edition of the OSI video stream. By the way, Whipple on the night here for Pulaski. A perfect 2 of 2 on extra points. Again, the Pulaski drive was set up by a fumble on just a simple dive play inside the 40-yard line. So Whipple for the extra point to make it a 3-point lead. And penalty flags fly. Now we're going to be looking at a 25-yard extra point. Or did Hortonville jump? A lot of conversation going on in the middle there. Did we have the defense with a fake signal? Nope. They're going to back him up.
A little extra pressure. Now, there's no 2-point conversion for the defense in this for high school, but a block could be a big way now for the Polar Bears.
Did you just look that up?
No, I just remember that.
Okay. Snap kick is good. 21-18. Pulaski now on top. And we'll keep it here through this break, give you a little bit of a reset. And also an opportunity to thank our friends at our participating sponsors, who are OSI, Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley, and Myron Construction. So Hortonville does have 2 timeouts left.
So we got some comments coming in.
They have players running in both directions here. There's a few guys who are a little confused as to where the kickoff's about to take place.
Looking at our YouTube stream, we got some comments. We got Green Bay Peyton mentioning that there's no defensive 2-point conversion in high school.
Thank you.
Also mentioning, well, we know our graphics are a little outdated for Appleton East and Neenah, but it'll be a great game as East is 2-0 and Neenah is 1-1. Also, he says, go Rockets. And we have Jennifer saying, "Go Red Raiders," as they found a way to take back the lead in this game. Well, actually, never say held on. They did a great job. And Green Bay Payne also mentioning all that Hortonville had to do was just hold on to the football.
So it's important. I learned something tonight. There is no defensive conversion in high school football. Should be. It's one of the most exciting plays in football. Next week, we'll cover the 1-point conversion. So Whipple will kick off. Let's see if they choose to kick deep or perhaps squib. Puts foot to it, and it will be a squib kick taken by one of the up men. And that is, let's see, Brock Walter trying to stay alive, just wasting time now, and he's brought down at about the 33-yard line. 17.9 seconds left. And Hortonville, with 2 timeouts, can still use the middle of the field here on anything they might want to do with passes. And it'll all come down to the sophomore backup quarterback, A.J. Pfeiffer.
The target line for this play is at least to the 50, and the golden area be the 40-yard line of Pulaski.
Again, Hortonville has attempted just 1 extra point tonight if you're thinking about a tying field goal. Pass is caught underneath, and that's going to require an immediate timeout, as being brought to the turf is Isaac Benke, his first catch on the night. And the clock stops now with 12.2 seconds left to go after about a 6-yard pickup. That, by the way, snapping a streak of 6 consecutive incompletions or interceptions for Pfeiffer here in the second half.
Some more comments coming in. Green Bay Payne also mentioning if a PAT is blocked or a 2-point play is intercepted, they just blow it dead. Ben saying, "Let's go Raiders," along with Michael. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great game. And just shows you that you never give up and trust this offense, especially for Pulaski, where even if the offense is moving but not inside the 30-yard line, your defense can always come with a huge play, and that's where it was. Fumbles are what changed this game.
And Zach's theory that Pulaski was unable to move the ball more than 40 yards on offense held through all the way through the night. That fumble was recovered at the Hortonville 39-yard line.
It's just interesting how that works out, where, hey, all 3 scoring drives happen at the side of the 40.
When I'm on Friday night football, or Friday, whatever it is that Chuck hosts there on the score tonight, I'm going to mention that. I'm going to mention you. Straight drop, Pfeiffer, near sideline, had a man, but it was thrown behind him, incomplete. That was the perfect play right there, as he would have made the catch and then gone out of bounds immediately. Colin Zhang, though, unable to come up with it. Brings up a 3rd down and 4. Again, Hortonville still with 1 timeout, so they can throw something down the middle of the field, but only 7.8 seconds left to go. So if anyone does catch something and there's no chance you can take it to the end zone, you have to go down immediately.
I go to the 40-yard line again for a Hail Mary opportunity there.
Remember, a first down would stop the clock to reset the chains and give you time to get that timeout called. Now you're running out of time here. A lot of time being taken off. Just 2 seconds left as Pfeiffer throws. Crossfield incomplete, and the game is over. So Pulaski, with a last-minute touchdown, pulls it out for a 21-18 victory here in Week 2 non-conference action. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll run through a few final stats. You are watching the OSI video stream game of the week.
For the 2nd consecutive year, Orthopedic and Sports Institute of the Fox Valley has been selected as winner of the prestigious Best of the Valley Award in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank our patients and our communities of the Fox Valley for your trust and support. Your stories inspire our ongoing commitment to patient-centered care and orthopedic excellence. Experience the difference of OSI today. Call 920-560-1000 to schedule and discover why we're the best in the Valley.
Dusty boots from a hard day's work, a sense of progress and pride, a hard hat adorned with a collection of successful projects and dreams brought to life. These are trademarks of a construction worker, their unique signature. At Myron Construction, the men and women who build our projects from the ground up balance artistry and skill with safe, quality construction. Their legacy reaches far beyond the physical structures they build, setting the stage for our clients to do what they do best. Together, we're building excellence.
Final score, Pulaski knocking off Hortonville in a thriller, 21-18. Quick scoring recap for you. It was Pulaski getting on top first. Trevor Schussler with a 7-yard touchdown reception from Ethan Schmidt with a minute left to go in the first quarter gave the Red Raiders a 7-0 lead. And then Hortonville appeared to have taken control of this contest. Blake Idol, a 14-yard touchdown reception from A.J. Pfeiffer with 4:54 left to go before halftime, cut the Pulaski lead to 7-6. And then after the ensuing kickoff was not fielded by Pulaski and recovered by Hortonville, they went down the field. Levi Hebe with a 5-yard touchdown reception from Pfeiffer again. Two-point conversion was no good, but Hortonville led 12-7 heading in to halftime. Then in the third quarter, Levi Hebe with a 25-yard touchdown reception from Pfeiffer. About 5 minutes into the quarter, gave Hortonville an 18-7 lead as the extra point, even though I thought it went in, was no good. And it looked like Hortonville may have been able to put it on cruise control given the offensive struggles that Pulaski had exhibited throughout the night. But then Joey Mile got a 3-yard touchdown reception from Ethan Schmidt after a short field for Pulaski on a interception. Made it, 18-14. And then Brock Weideman, a 2-yard touchdown run with just 28 seconds left to go in the contest. And the extra point good made our final score 21-18 in favor of the Red Raiders. So, Zach, I guess testament to never giving up tonight.
True, and that's why you always continue to believe in yourselves. And both teams came in 0-1, so they knew they had something to prove in this game. And for Hortonville, there's a lot of success with a sophomore quarterback to be able to have that lead early on and be able to show the offense. We'll never know how severe the injury was, and that because the offense was not the same in the second half. He could not run. He was just more of a stationary quarterback. But they held in. The defense held when they could. But for as far as Pulaski, they made the plays when they needed to. Getting turnovers is what probably turned this game around because of the fact that that fumble set them inside the 40, and then there's the interception a couple possessions before. Yep. So it's more of just trusting your teammates and coming up with the big play. And as these teams continue to improve and grow later in the season, this would be a great matchup if it got into a playoff-type atmosphere where I would love to see how these two teams would face once again. But for Hortonville, you can't overlook the fact that missed extra points and two-point conversions that didn't work out. That's what altered the game and the final score.
Yep, Pulaski won the battle of turnovers here tonight, 3-1. Pfeiffer, A.J. Pfeiffer, as was mentioned, had a great first half. He completed 6 of his first 9 passes for 68 yards and 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. But then in the second half, went just 3 of 11 with an interception and finished the night with 115 yards total passing. As for Pulaski, Ethan Schmidt completed 16 of 24 passes tonight for 191 yards after week 1 against Oconomowoc going 1 of 10 for 10 yards or 14 yards. So great bounce back game for him as well. With the win, Pulaski improves to 1-1 on the season. They'll be on the road again next week as they take on De Pere to open up Fox River Classic Conference action. Meanwhile, by the way, that game is on Thursday, so as not to interfere with some other important game, I guess. And for next Thursday, Hortonville will be playing host to Kaukauna as they return to the Fox Valley Association after getting shipped off to the Valley Football Association and having to play teams that aren't anywhere around here for a couple of years. But they dropped to now 0-2 on the season. For Zach Morris, I'm Jonathan Kraus. Again, our thanks to our game sponsors, and that is the folks at Orthopedic Sports Institute of the Fox Valley and Myron Construction. And again, we will see you coming up here on Thursday night as our next contest will feature the Appleton East Patriots we'll get that logo updated. Thank you. Against the Neenah Rockets coming up on Thursday night. Again, our final score here, Pulaski 21, Hortonville 18. You've been watching the OSI Video Stream Game of the Week. Have a great Labor Day weekend.